In the quiet depths of the Pokémon world, where ancient mysteries drift like morning mist through forgotten valleys, there exist countless stories that have never found their way into the bright spotlight of battle arenas or championship tournaments. These are the gentle tales that whisper through tall grass on windless nights, the soft legends that sleep beneath moonbeams in hidden groves where time moves differently, and the tender secrets that only the most patient observers have ever been privileged to witness. Long before the first Pokeball was ever crafted, before humans learned to form bonds with these magnificent creatures, the world itself was shaped by forces both subtle and profound. In those primordial days, when continents were still finding their final forms and the very air hummed with possibilities yet unrealized, there lived Pokemon whose names have been lost to all but the most ancient of texts, creatures whose gentle influence can still be felt in the way certain flowers bloom only under specific constellations, or in how particular streams seem to sing with voices that no human ear can quite decipher. The Sinnoh region holds within its mountainous embrace a curious phenomenon that few have ever documented. Deep within Mount Coronet, far below the chambers where legends speak of creation itself, there exists a series of natural caverns where the walls are lined with a peculiar crystalline formation. These crystals, neither quite mineral nor quite organic, pulse with an almost imperceptible rhythm that matches exactly the heartbeat of sleeping Pokemon. Local folklore, passed down through generations of mountain dwellers, tells of how these formations came to be during an age when the boundary between the dream world and waking reality was far more permeable than it is today. The story begins with a Musharna, though not just any Musharna, but one whose dreams had grown so vivid and encompassing that they began to seep into the physical world around her. This particular Pokemon had made her home in what would later become those deep caverns, spending decades in peaceful slumber, her consciousness drifting through realms of imagination so rich and detailed that they began to crystallize into actual matter. Each dream of floating islands became a suspended stone formation. Each vision of starlight became those softly glowing crystals. Each peaceful thought of harmony between all living things became the gentle resonance that still pulses through those hidden chambers today. What makes this tale particularly remarkable is how it illustrates the profound connection between the inner lives of Pokemon and the world they inhabit. Unlike the dramatic legends of legendary Pokemon reshaping continents or controlling the forces of nature through displays of overwhelming power, this transformation happened gradually, peacefully, through nothing more than the sustained presence of one creature's deep contentment and creative dreaming. The caverns themselves seem to breathe with a rhythm that promotes rest and restoration, and it's said that any Pokemon who finds their way to these chambers will experience the most refreshing sleep of their entire lives. Moving eastward from Sinnoh's mountainous heart, we encounter another gentle mystery in the Johto region, where the relationship between Pokemon and the natural cycles of day and night reveals layers of complexity that go far beyond the simple mechanics of evolution or type advantages. In the area surrounding Ecruteak City, there exists a phenomenon that occurs only during the transition from autumn to winter, when the temperature drops just enough and the air holds just the right amount of moisture to create conditions that the locals call the silent hour. During the silent hour, which never lasts more than 60 minutes and never occurs more than once per year, every Pokemon in a radius of several miles enters a state of perfect stillness. Not sleep exactly, but a kind of meditative awareness where they remain conscious, yet completely motionless, as if the entire world has paused to take a single, collective breath. Flying type Pokemon hover in place without moving their wings. Water types float suspended just beneath the surface of ponds and streams. Even the most energetic Pokemon, those who normally cannot remain still for more than a few seconds, stand or sit in perfect tranquility, their eyes open but focused on something beyond the visible horizon. What's most fascinating about the silent hour is that it seems to serve as a form of natural synchronization, a moment when all the Pokemon in the area align their biological rhythms with some deeper pulse of the Earth itself. Researchers who have been fortunate enough to witness this phenomenon report that the silence is not empty or void, but rather full of a subtle presence, as if the very air becomes dense with unspoken communication passing between every living creature in the vicinity. The origins of the silent hour are traced back to an ancient Celebi who, according to local legend, became so moved by the beauty of the changing seasons in this particular valley that she chose to make a permanent gift to the land and its inhabitants. Rather than simply traveling through time, as Celebi typically do, this one decided to weave a single moment of perfect peace into the fabric of the location itself, creating a temporal pocket that would return year after year, offering every generation of Pokemon a chance to experience the profound stillness that exists at the heart of all natural cycles. The gift was not given lightly or without cost. The legend tells us that this Celebi poured so much of her own essence into creating the silent hour that she herself became permanently bound to the rhythm she had established. She can still be glimpsed sometimes, they say, during that annual hour of stillness, not as a separate being moving through the world, but as a subtle shimmer in the air, a gentle presence that has become part of the very atmosphere of peace she created. Such stories remind us that the Pokemon world is filled with acts of quiet heroism and gentle sacrifice that never make their way into the grand chronicles of legendary battles or world-shaking events. These are the small miracles that happen when creatures choose love over power, harmony over dominance, and the long view of eternity over the immediate gratification of the moment. In the Hoenn region, beneath the waves that lap against the shores of countless small islands, there exists a coral reef unlike any other in the known world. This reef, which has no official name but is known to the local Corsola population as the Garden of Deep Dreams, grows in patterns that seem to defy the normal laws of marine biology. Instead of the typical branching structures found in most coral formations, these growths spiral in perfect mathematical sequences that create natural chambers and passages forming an underwater labyrinth of breathtaking beauty and mysterious purpose. The reef's most remarkable feature is how it seems to respond to the emotional states of the Pokemon who dwell within and around it. When the resident water types are at peace, the coral glows with soft bioluminescence in shades of blue and green that pulse in slow, hypnotic rhythms. During times of stress or danger, the colors shift to deeper purples and subtle warnings patterns that somehow communicate safety routes and hiding places to any Pokemon in need of sanctuary. What created this extraordinary ecosystem was not any single dramatic event, but rather the accumulated effect of generations of Corsola who chose to focus their natural coral growing abilities not on creating protective barriers or territorial markers, but on building something beautiful for its own sake. Each generation added to the pattern, guided by an inherited memory of the overall design that somehow lived in their genetic code, passed down through countless generations like a living blueprint written in the language of growth and time. The Deep Dreams Garden serves as a nursery for young water type Pokemon, a place where they can grow and develop in an environment specifically designed to nurture their natural abilities while protecting them from the harsher realities of the open ocean. The chambers provide perfect acoustic conditions for Pokemon who communicate through song, while the spiraling passages create gentle currents that help developing swimmers build strength gradually and naturally. Perhaps most remarkably, the reef seems to dream. During the deepest hours of night, when the ocean is at its most still and the boundary between water and sky becomes almost indistinguishable, the entire structure pulses with patterns of light that serve no apparent biological function. These displays are breathtakingly beautiful, creating underwater aurora that dance through the coral chambers in sequences that suggest narrative, emotion, and meaning beyond simple biological processes. Marine researchers who have studied the phenomenon theorize that the reef has developed a form of collective consciousness, a shared dreaming state that emerges from the interaction of hundreds of individual Corsola minds connected through their living coral matrix. In this theory, the nightly light displays represent the reef's processing of the day's experiences, a kind of underwater meditation that helps maintain the delicate balance of the entire ecosystem. The Garden of Deep Dreams stands as a testament to what can be achieved when individual creatures work together across generations toward a common vision of beauty and harmony, creating something far greater than any single Pokemon could accomplish alone, something that continues to grow and evolve and dream long after its original creators have returned to the eternal cycle of the sea. The profound connection between dreams and the natural world extends far beyond the coral gardens of the deep ocean, revealing itself in countless subtle ways throughout the Pokemon world that often go unnoticed by casual observers. In the ancient forests of the Johto region, there exists a phenomenon known to local researchers as the whisper wind, a gentle breeze that carries with it the accumulated memories and dreams of sleeping Pokemon across vast distances. This ethereal current flows through the canopy in patterns that seem to follow no meteorological logic, weaving between the massive trunks of centuries-old trees and carrying with it fragments of dreams from Pokemon who may be hundreds of miles away. The whisper wind is most active during the hours just before dawn, when the boundary between sleep and waking becomes most permeable, and it is said that Pokemon who are particularly sensitive to psychic energies can sometimes glimpse brief visions of distant places and fellow creatures through these dream fragments carried on the breeze. The discovery of the whisper wind phenomenon came about through careful observation of nocturnal behavior patterns in the region. These wise nocturnal Pokemon were noticed to occasionally pause in their hunting activities, to face into seemingly random breezes, their large eyes taking on a distant, contemplative expression that suggested they were perceiving something beyond the physical wind itself. Patient researchers who followed these behaviors eventually realized that the owls were intercepting and interpreting the dream messages carried on these special currents, using the information to locate Pokémon in distress or to find optimal hunting grounds based on the emotional states of prey species revealed through their sleeping thoughts. This natural network of dream communication represents one of the most sophisticated information systems in the natural world, operating entirely below the threshold of human perception and connecting creatures across vast geographic distances through the shared experience of sleep and dreams. The trees themselves play a crucial role in this phenomenon, acting as living amplifiers and filters for the psychic energies that flow through the forest. Ancient oaks and maples, some of which have stood for over 1,000 years, develop a kind of psychic sensitivity through their long exposure to the dreams of countless generations of Pokémon who have sheltered beneath their branches. Their root systems, which extend deep into the earth and spread far beyond their visible canopy, create an underground network that channels and focuses these dream energies, creating the specific atmospheric conditions necessary for the whisper wind to form and maintain its coherent patterns. The oldest trees in these forests are revered by local Pokémon communities, not just as sources of shelter and food, but as the wise keepers of collective memory, living libraries that store the dreams and experiences of all who have passed through their domain. In the high mountain passes, where the air grows thin and the boundary between earth and sky becomes blurred, a different kind of dream phenomenon manifests through the behavior of wild Altaria. These cloud-like Pokémon gather in small flocks during certain atmospheric conditions, positioning themselves at specific altitudes where the air pressure and humidity create natural resonance chambers in the sky itself. When conditions are perfect, usually during the quiet hours of early morning when mountain thermals are just beginning to form, the Altaria begin a synchronized humming that creates standing wave patterns in the surrounding air. These acoustic formations become visible as subtle distortions in the light, creating temporary aerial sculptures that seem to hang motionless in the mountain air, despite the constant winds at those elevations. The purpose of this behavior remained a mystery until researchers realized that the Altaria were creating a form of three-dimensional music, aerial symphonies that could only be fully appreciated from multiple positions in space. The sound waves interact with the mountain's natural echo patterns, creating complex harmonies that resonate through the valleys below and can be heard by Pokémon across vast distances. But more than simple communication, those aerial concerts seem to serve as a form of collective meditation, a way for the scattered Altaria population to synchronize their activities and maintain their social bonds across the challenging terrain of high-altitude environments. The music they create together is said to induce a state of peaceful contemplation in any Pokémon who hears it, promoting healing and reducing stress in ways that conventional medicine cannot fully explain. The acoustic properties of these mountain concerts have been studied extensively, revealing that the Altaria instinctively choose frequencies that promote the production of beneficial brain chemicals in most Pokémon species. The specific combinations of tones they create seem to trigger natural healing responses, reduce anxiety, and promote the kind of deep, restorative sleep that is essential for both physical and emotional well being. Wild Pokemon in the surrounding areas have been observed to time their rest periods to coincide with these concerts, gathering in sheltered spots where the acoustic effects are strongest and allowing the music to guide them into particularly peaceful and rejuvenating sleep states. The relationship between music, dreams, and healing extends into the deepest caves of the mountain ranges, where colonies of Crobat have developed their own unique approach to sonic therapy. In the absolute darkness of these underground chambers, where visual cues are meaningless and touch provides only limited information, sound becomes the primary medium through which these Pokemon navigate both their physical environment and their social relationships. The echolocation calls that Crobat use for navigation are far more sophisticated than simple sonar, containing layers of information about emotional states, health conditions, and even memories that can be read and interpreted by other members of their colony. During their communal rest periods, Crobat colonies engage in what researchers have termed echo weaving, a process where individual Pokemon contribute specific sound patterns to a collective acoustic tapestry that fills the entire cave system with gentle, rhythmic pulses. These patterns serve multiple functions simultaneously, acting as a form of social bonding, a method of sharing important information about food sources and potential dangers, and a therapeutic treatment that helps maintain the psychological health of the entire colony. The echo weaving sessions can continue for hours, with individual Crobat joining and leaving the collective composition as their energy levels and social needs dictate, creating an ever-evolving symphony that reflects the real-time emotional and physical state of the entire community. The caves where these sessions take place develop unique acoustic properties over time, as the constant sound waves gradually alter the mineral formations on the cave walls. Stalactites and stalagmites grow in patterns that enhance and focus specific frequencies, creating natural concert halls with acoustic properties that rival the most sophisticated human-designed performance spaces. The mineral formations themselves become part of the musical instrument, resonating in harmony with the Crobat calls and adding rich overtones that would be impossible to achieve in any other environment. These cave systems represent a perfect fusion of geological processes and biological behavior, where the activities of living creatures gradually shape their physical environment to better serve their needs, and the modified environment, in turn, influences and enhances their natural behaviors. The therapeutic effects of these underground concerts extend beyond the Crobat themselves to any Pokemon who happen to shelter in the cave systems during the sessions. The specific frequencies generated by the echo weaving have been found to promote cellular regeneration, reduce inflammation, and accelerate the healing of injuries in ways that conventional medicine is only beginning to understand. The sound waves seem to stimulate the production of growth factors and healing hormones, creating an environment where recovery from illness or injury occurs significantly faster than normal. Wild Pokemon with injuries or illnesses have been observed to seek out these cave systems specifically during echo weaving sessions, suggesting an instinctive understanding of the healing properties of the acoustic environment. The therapeutic nature of these acoustic environments has led to the development of similar healing practices among other Pokemon species, though each has adapted the concept to suit their unique physiological and social needs. Deep beneath the ocean's surface, schools of Lanturn gather in underwater trenches where the unique geological formations create natural amphitheaters of stone and coral. Here they engage in luminous displays that serve a similar function to the Crobat echo weaving, though their medium is light rather than sound. The bioluminescent patterns they create pulse in slow, hypnotic rhythms that synchronize with the deep ocean currents, creating waves of blue and yellow light that wash across the seafloor like aurora beneath the waves. These light shows can be seen from remarkable distances in the deep ocean, serving as beacons that guide lost or injured marine Pokemon to places of healing and sanctuary. The Lanturn's ability to generate these healing light patterns stems from specialized photophores that have evolved far beyond simple illumination. Each light-producing cell contains complex arrangements of luciferin and luciferase, the same compounds found in many bioluminescent organisms, but structured in ways that allow for precise control over wavelength, intensity, and pulse duration. The Lanturn can modulate these factors to produce specific therapeutic frequencies of light that penetrate water and living tissue to stimulate healing at the cellular level. Research has shown that certain wavelengths of light can indeed influence biological processes, affecting everything from circadian rhythms to the production of essential proteins, and the Lanturn seem to have an intuitive mastery of these principles that far exceeds current scientific understanding. The underwater trenches where these healing ceremonies take place become transformed over time by constant exposure to bioluminescent energy. Coral formations grow in spiraling patterns that seem to channel and amplify the light, creating natural fiber optic networks that distribute the therapeutic illumination throughout vast areas of the ocean floor. These coral gardens become havens for injured or sick marine Pokemon who instinctively seek out the healing light during times of distress. The symbiotic relationship between the Lanturn and the coral is profound, as the light energy provided by the Pokemon enhances the coral's photosynthetic processes, while the coral's growth patterns create increasingly sophisticated optical systems that make the healing light more effective. Schools of Lanturn that participate in these healing ceremonies develop remarkably sophisticated social structures based on their individual light-producing capabilities. Elder Lanturn, with the most developed photophores, serve as conductors of sorts, coordinating the timing and intensity of the group displays to maximize their therapeutic effect. Younger members of the school learn by observation and gradual participation, slowly developing their ability to contribute meaningfully to the collective healing efforts. The learning process can take years, as mastering the precise control needed to produce therapeutic light requires not just physical development, but also deep understanding of the emotional and physiological needs of other Pokemon. The influence of these healing practices extend throughout entire ocean ecosystems, creating networks of sanctuary sites connected by migration routes that injured or sick Pokemon follow instinctively. These underwater highways are marked by subtle changes in water temperature, current patterns, and even the mineral content of the seawater itself, all influenced by the long-term presence of healing activities in specific locations. Marine Pokémon who have never visited these sites before still seem to know how to find them when needed, suggesting that the knowledge of their locations is somehow encoded in genetic memory or passed down through species specific communication methods that researchers are still working to understand. On land, similar healing networks have developed around the activities of Musharna, whose dream based abilities create therapeutic environments of a completely different nature. These psychic type Pokemon gather in ancient forests where the canopy is so thick that very little sunlight reaches the forest floor, creating a perpetual twilight that seems to exist outside the normal flow of time. In these shadowy groves, Musharna enter collective dream states that generate fields of psychic energy capable of healing both physical injuries and psychological trauma. The dream mist they produce contains complex psychoactive compounds that can induce states of deep relaxation and accelerated healing in any Pokemon who breathe it. The forests where these dream healing sessions take place develop unique characteristics over time as the constant exposure to psychic energy influences the growth patterns of the trees and undergrowth. The bark of ancient trees in these groves often displays spiral patterns that seem to channel and focus psychic energy, while certain species of flowers bloom only in the presence of dream mist, their petals shimmering with an otherworldly iridescence that reflects the psychic fields surrounding them. These dream flowers, as they have come to be known, possess their own mild therapeutic properties and often continue to emit traces of healing energy long after the Musharna have moved on to other locations. The collective dreams generated by groups of Musharna are not random or chaotic, but follow complex patterns that seem designed to address specific types of psychological and emotional distress. Dreams of peaceful meadows and gentle streams help calm anxiety and fear, while dreams of successful hunts and abundant food sources can restore confidence to Pokemon who have experienced trauma or defeat. The Musharna appear to have an instinctive understanding of what type of dream imagery will be most beneficial for different species and individual circumstances, tailoring their dream projections to meet the specific needs of the Pokemon seeking healing. The psychic networks created by these dream healing sessions extend far beyond the immediate vicinity of the forest groves, creating invisible connections between distant locations that allow for the transfer of healing energy across vast distances. Pokemon who have been exposed to Musharna dream healing often retain a subtle psychic sensitivity that allows them to tap into these networks when needed, drawing upon distant sources of healing energy during times of crisis or distress. This phenomenon has led to reports of miraculous recoveries occurring in locations far from any known Musharna populations, suggesting that the healing networks they create may span entire continents. The relationship between these various healing networks, the acoustic caves of the Crobat, the luminous trenches of the Lanturn, and the dream forests of the Musharna, appears to be more interconnected than initially realized. Pokemon who have experienced healing in one type of environment often seem drawn to seek out the others, as if each form of therapy addresses different aspects of health and well-being. The acoustic healing provided by Crobat colonies excels at treating physical injuries and promoting cellular regeneration, While the light therapy of Lanturn schools seems particularly effective for treating diseases and systemic health problems, the dream healing offered by Musharna addresses psychological and emotional trauma, helping to restore mental balance and emotional stability. Together, these three healing modalities create a comprehensive network of natural health care that spans land, sea, and sky, providing wild Pokemon with access to sophisticated medical treatments that rival anything available through conventional means. The existence of these networks suggests that Pokemon have evolved not just individual survival strategies, but collective approaches to maintaining the health and well being of entire ecosystems. The healing sites serve as neutral territories where even natural enemies will coexist peacefully, united by their common need for recovery and restoration. The peaceful coexistence observed at these healing sites extends beyond mere temporary truces, revealing deeper behavioral patterns that suggest an ancient understanding of sanctuary protocols among wild Pokemon populations. In the acoustic caves where Crobat colonies provide their healing frequencies, territorial predators like Tyranitar and Agron have been observed resting mere meters away from their usual prey species, all benefiting from the restorative sound waves without any display of aggressive behavior. This phenomenon appears to be governed by an unspoken code that transcends normal predator-prey relationships, indicating that the concept of sacred healing spaces is deeply embedded in Pokemon consciousness across species lines. The enforcement of these sanctuary protocols seems to occur through subtle, psychic influences that emanate from the healing environments themselves, creating zones of enforced tranquility that suppress aggressive impulses and promote cooperative behavior. Within the deep ocean trenches, where Lanturn schools generate their healing light displays, similar patterns of peaceful coexistence have been documented among species that would normally engage in fierce territorial disputes. Ancient Gyarados, known for their explosive temperaments and destructive rampages, become remarkably docile when exposed to the specific wavelengths of light produced by these bioluminescent healing ceremonies. The calming effect appears to work on both physical and neurological levels, reducing stress hormones while simultaneously promoting the production of natural healing compounds within the body. Marine biologists studying these phenomena have noted that the Lanturn themselves seem to adjust their light patterns based on the specific needs of the Pokemon seeking treatment, creating customized light therapy sessions that target particular ailments or injuries with remarkable precision. The dream forests, where Musharna conduct their healing work, represent perhaps the most complex of these sanctuary environments, as they operate primarily on psychological and emotional levels that are difficult to measure through conventional observation. The collective unconscious that emerges during these dream healing sessions appears to create temporary telepathic bonds between participating Pokemon, allowing for the sharing of memories, experiences, and emotional states that facilitate deeper understanding and empathy between species. Pokemon who have participated in these dream healing circles often display enhanced emotional intelligence and improved social behaviors long after the sessions have ended, suggesting that the psychological benefits extend far beyond the immediate healing of trauma or distress. The geographic distribution of these healing sites follows patterns that align with ancient migration routes and seasonal movement corridors used by wild Pokemon populations for millennia. Archaeological evidence suggests that these healing networks may have been established during the earliest periods of Pokemon evolution, when survival pressures necessitated cooperation between species for mutual benefit. Fossil records indicate that prehistoric Pokemon showed similar behavioral adaptations for seeking out healing environments, with ancient cave paintings depicting gatherings at sites that correspond to modern healing locations. This suggests that the knowledge of these sanctuary spaces is passed down through genetic memory or cultural transmission across generations, maintaining the integrity of the healing networks over vast spans of time. The seasonal cycles that govern the activity of these healing sites create natural rhythms that influence migration patterns and population movements across entire regions. During spring months, when many Pokemon are recovering from the harsh conditions of winter, the healing sites experience peak activity as weakened individuals seek restoration before the breeding season begins. The acoustic caves resonate with particularly intense healing frequencies during this period, as Crobat colonies coordinate their efforts to accommodate the influx of patients seeking treatment. Summer months see increased activity in the ocean trenches, where marine Pokemon gather to heal from injuries sustained during territorial disputes and mating competitions. The autumn season brings heightened dream healing activity as Pokemon prepare psychologically for the challenges of winter, processing accumulated stress and trauma through the therapeutic dream work facilitated by Musharna communities. The interconnected nature of these healing networks becomes most apparent during times of environmental crisis or natural disaster, when the normal boundaries between different healing modalities break down and emergency protocols activate. During volcanic eruptions or severe storms, Pokemon from affected areas will travel extraordinary distances to reach the nearest available healing site, regardless of which type of therapy it provides. In these emergency situations, the healing communities appear to expand their capabilities beyond their usual specializations, with Crobat colonies incorporating elements of light therapy into their acoustic treatments, and Lanturn schools modulating their bioluminescence to include frequency patterns normally associated with sound healing. The study of these emergency responses has revealed that the healing networks possess a form of distributed intelligence that allows them to adapt and respond to changing conditions across vast geographic areas. Information about disasters, disease outbreaks, or other threats appears to spread through the network faster than conventional communication methods would allow, suggesting the existence of quantum entanglement or other exotic phenomena connecting the various healing sites. This rapid information transfer enables healing communities to prepare for incoming waves of patients, adjusting their treatment protocols and expanding their capacity to accommodate increased demand for their services. The long-term effects of exposure to these healing networks on individual Pokemon extend far beyond the immediate benefits of treatment, creating lasting changes in behavior, physiology, and even evolutionary development. Pokemon who regularly utilize healing sites show enhanced longevity, improved resistance to disease, and accelerated learning abilities that persist throughout their lifespans. These benefits appear to be heritable, with offspring of treated Pokémon displaying superior health and cognitive abilities, even when they have never directly experienced healing treatments themselves. This suggests that the healing energies create epigenetic changes that can be passed down through generations, gradually improving the overall health and resilience of Pokémon populations over time. The relationship between these natural healing networks and human understanding of Pokémon medicine continues to evolve as researchers develop new technologies for studying the subtle energies and phenomena involved in these treatments. Advanced electromagnetic sensors have detected previously unknown energy fields surrounding healing sites, while quantum measurement devices have identified non-local correlations between distant healing locations that suggest the existence of underlying quantum field effects. These discoveries are revolutionizing our understanding of how healing works at the most fundamental levels, opening new avenues for developing medical treatments that incorporate principles learned from observing these natural healing systems. The quantum field effects discovered within these healing networks have led researchers to investigate the possibility that Pokémon possess an innate ability to manipulate what scientists are beginning to call the Morphic resonance field, a theoretical energy matrix that connects all living beings across space and time. This field appears to carry information about optimal health patterns, allowing healing sites to access and transmit blueprints for cellular repair and regeneration that transcend the limitations of conventional biology. When Pokémon enter these healing environments, their cellular structures begin to resonate with these optimal patterns, gradually correcting imbalances and restoring damaged tissues through processes that operate beyond the realm of traditional biochemistry. The Morphic resonance field theory helps explain how certain legendary Pokémon seem to exist simultaneously across multiple locations, appearing to different trainers in distant regions at the same time. These beings may not be bound by conventional spatial limitations, instead existing as coherent patterns within the morphic field that can manifest physically wherever their healing influence is most needed. Ho-Oh's appearances above healing springs, Celebi's manifestations in threatened forests, and Jirachi's periodic awakenings all follow patterns that suggest these legendary beings serve as focal points for the planet's healing energies, channeling morphic resonance to maintain the health and balance of entire ecosystems. Ancient texts discovered in the ruins beneath Sinnoh's spear pillar describe a time when the boundary between the physical and morphic realms was far more permeable, allowing Pokémon and humans to consciously access healing energies through meditation and ritual practices. These texts speak of healing ceremonies conducted during specific astronomical alignments, when the morphic field's influence was amplified by cosmic forces. Participants would gather in sacred groves, where Celebi was said to dwell, entering trance states that allowed them to perceive and manipulate the energy patterns underlying physical reality. The knowledge of these practices was gradually lost as civilization became more focused on technological solutions, though fragments of the ancient wisdom survive in the traditional healing methods still practiced by certain indigenous communities in remote regions. The connection between astronomical events and healing phenomena has been documented by modern researchers studying the correlation between planetary alignments and the intensity of healing energies at various sites. During solar eclipses, the electromagnetic signature of healing locations shows dramatic increases in coherence and amplitude, while lunar phases appear to modulate the specific frequencies generated by different types of healing communities. These cosmic influences suggest that the morphic resonance field is somehow connected to gravitational fields and electromagnetic radiation from celestial bodies, creating a vast interconnected system that extends far beyond the boundaries of any single planet. The implications of this cosmic connection have profound significance for understanding the origins of Pokémon themselves. If healing energies are influenced by astronomical phenomena, then the evolutionary development of Pokémon may have been guided by cosmic forces operating through the morphic resonance field. This would explain the seemingly impossible diversity of Pokémon species and their extraordinary abilities, which often appear to violate conventional physical laws. Rather than evolving through random mutation and natural selection alone, Pokémon may have developed through a process of morphic guidance that allowed them to access and embody increasingly sophisticated patterns of organization and capability. The study of regional variations in Pokémon forms provides additional evidence for morphic field influences on evolutionary development. Alolan and Galarian variants of familiar species display adaptations that occurred far too rapidly to be explained by conventional evolutionary mechanisms. These regional forms appear to have accessed different patterns within the morphic field, allowing them to reorganize their biological structures in response to local environmental conditions within just a few generations. The speed and specificity of these changes suggests that evolution itself may be a conscious process mediated by morphic resonance rather than a purely random phenomenon. Deep ocean research has revealed underwater healing sites that operate according to principles entirely different from their terrestrial counterparts. These abyssal sanctuaries, found in ocean trenches and thermal vent fields, utilize the planet's geothermal energy to create healing environments that exist in complete darkness. Bioluminescent Pokémon such as Lanturn and Starmie gather at these sites in vast numbers, creating underwater aurora displays that can be seen from the surface on clear nights. The healing energies generated in these deep sea locations appear to propagate through ocean currents, creating underwater rivers of therapeutic energy that connect healing sites across entire ocean basins. The pressure and temperature conditions at these abyssal healing sites create unique opportunities for studying morphic resonance effects under extreme conditions. The intense pressure appears to compress the morphic field, increasing its density and creating more powerful healing effects than those observed at surface locations. Pokémon that undergo treatment at these deep sea sites often display enhanced abilities related to pressure resistance and deep water navigation that persist long after they return to surface waters. Some researchers theorize that these abyssal sanctuaries may represent the oldest healing sites on the planet, predating the emergence of terrestrial life and serving as the original templates from which all other healing locations developed. The relationship between tectonic activity and healing site formation has become increasingly apparent as geological surveys have mapped the distribution of therapeutic locations worldwide. Nearly all major healing sites are located along fault lines, volcanic chains, or areas of significant geological activity, suggesting that the planet's internal energy plays a crucial role in generating morphic resonance effects. The movement of tectonic plates appears to create stress patterns in the morphic field that concentrate healing energies at specific geographic points, while volcanic activity provides the thermal energy necessary to maintain these concentrations over long periods. Earthquake prediction has been revolutionized by monitoring the behavior of Pokémon at healing sites near fault lines. Changes in the morphic field that precede seismic events cause measurable alterations in the healing energies, which sensitive Pokémon detect days or even weeks before human instruments register any unusual activity. Ground-type Pokémon such as Dugtrio and Garchomp show particular sensitivity to these pre-seismic changes, often abandoning their usual territories to seek shelter at distant healing sites well in advance of major earthquakes. This early warning system has proven invaluable for protecting both human and Pokémon populations in seismically active regions. The seasonal migration patterns of certain Pokémon species appear to be synchronized with fluctuations in the morphic resonance field that occurs the planet's position changes relative to the sun and other celestial bodies. These migrations are not driven solely by climate or food availability, but by the need to maintain optimal exposure to healing energies throughout the year. Swallow flocks, for instance, follow complex flight paths that connect healing sites across multiple continents, timing their arrivals to coincide with peak energy periods at each location. The precision of these migrations suggests that Pokémon possess an innate ability to navigate using morphic field gradients, sensing the direction and intensity of healing energies across vast distances. The study of nocturnal healing phenomena has revealed that many therapeutic processes intensify during nighttime hours when reduced electromagnetic interference from solar radiation allows the morphic field to operate with greater clarity and precision. Mushroom circles inhabited by Morlul and Sheonotic become significantly more active after sunset, generating bioluminescent displays that pulse in complex patterns synchronized with the planet's magnetic field fluctuations. These nocturnal light shows appear to serve as beacons for injured or distressed Pokémon, guiding them to healing locations through visual cues that remain visible across great distances in the darkness. The ancient practice of dream incubation, common among early human civilizations and certain psychic Pokémon, also relies on this heightened nocturnal sensitivity to morphic resonance. By communing with the healing energies during sleep, individuals could access deeper states of restorative consciousness, allowing the body's natural regenerative processes to accelerate. Pokémon like Munna and Musharna are particularly adept at manipulating dreamscapes to facilitate healing, drawing upon the latent morphic energies that permeate the subconscious mind. Their gentle emanations create a protective aura that soothes anxieties and promotes deep, uninterrupted sleep, a crucial component of any effective healing regimen. The subtle interplay between the sleeping mind and the morphic field remains an area of ongoing research, though preliminary findings suggest that dream state morphic resonance can even influence genetic expression, potentially accelerating cellular repair and mitigating the effects of chronic illness. The phenomenon of Pokemon-induced placidity describes the calming effect many Pokemon have on their immediate environment and the creatures within it. This is not merely a psychological effect, but a measurable alteration of the local morphic field. Pokemon with naturally serene dispositions, such as peaceful grass types like Blossom or empathetic psychic types like Gardevoir, generate a localized morphic resonance that subtly lowers stress hormones in nearby humans and other Pokemon, reduces heart rates, and even promotes faster wound healing. This placidity field can extend for several meters, creating a palpable zone of tranquility. Prolonged exposure to such Pokemon has been observed to significantly reduce anxiety disorders and chronic pain in human patients. The specific vibrational frequencies emitted by these Pokemon appear to harmonize with the biomagnetic fields of other organisms, nudging them towards a state of homeostatic balance. The ancient art of Pokemon breeding, beyond its applications in sports and companionship, was also deeply intertwined with the understanding of morphic fields. Selective breeding was not only about enhancing physical attributes or movesets, but also about cultivating specific morphic signatures. Breeders sought to combine lineages that produced offspring with particularly potent healing auras, or with morphic fields capable of influencing weather patterns or plant growth. For instance, families of Tropius were carefully bred over generations to enhance their ability to generate abundant fruit, a trait thought to be linked to a strong morphic connection with the fertile energies of the earth. Similarly, certain lines of Marip were valued not just for their wool, but for the gentle, static-charged morphic field they emitted, believed to ward off nightmares and bring calm to sleeping children. These subtle, inheritable morphic traits underscore the deep and often unseen ways in which Pokemon interact with and shape their environment. The concept of morphic echoes explains how strong emotional or experiential events can leave energetic imprints on locations or objects. For instance, battlefields where legendary Pokemon clashed millennia ago often retain faint, morphic echoes of immense power, detectable by sensitive ghost-type Pokemon or skilled psychics. These echoes are not merely memories, but residual morphic energy patterns that can sometimes be reactivated or even re-experienced under specific conditions. A particularly poignant morphic echo might manifest as a sudden, inexplicable sense of dread in an ancient ruin, or a fleeting vision of an event long past. Pokemon like Yamask and Kofagrigus are known to be intrinsically linked to these morphic echoes, their very existence often tied to the preservation or manifestation of past energies. They serve as living archives, their forms sometimes shaped by the intensity and nature of the morphic echoes they absorb. The study of Pokemon cries and vocalizations has revealed an astonishing complexity in their interaction with the morphic field. Beyond simple communication, many Pokemon sounds appear to carry specific morphic frequencies that can influence the environment or other living beings. The ethereal calls of a Jigglypuff, for example, are not merely melodious, but contain a morphic signature that gently entrains brainwaves into delta sleep patterns, hence their famed ability to induce slumber. Similarly, the piercing cries of a Murkrow, while seemingly aggressive, can subtly disrupt localized morphic fields, creating minor illusions or causing momentary disorientation in those who hear them. The resonant hum of a magnemite or magneton, beyond its electromagnetic properties, also carries a morphic component that can subtly influence the alignment of metallic objects in its vicinity, acting as a natural, albeit weak, magnet. These morphic vocalizations represent a sophisticated form of nonverbal communication, capable of shaping reality itself on a subtle, energetic level. The phenomenon of Pokémon mood swings, or sudden behavioral changes, has been linked to fluctuations in atmospheric morphic energy. Just as humans can be affected by changes in barometric pressure, Pokémon, with their heightened sensitivity, can react to shifts in the ambient morphic field, which in turn can be influenced by weather patterns, solar flares, or even collective emotional states of large populations. A sudden surge in aggressive behavior among normally docile Pokémon might not be due to a biological pathogen, but rather a temporary localized disturbance in the morphic field, perhaps caused by intense negative emotions emanating from a nearby urban center. Conversely, periods of unusual calm or cooperation might correspond to an influx of positive, harmonious morphic energies. This suggests that the emotional health of a region, or even the planet, is not just a psychological concept, but a tangible energetic reality that directly impacts Pokemon behavior. The enigmatic hidden abilities of certain Pokemon, which manifest unexpectedly or under specific circumstances, are theorized to be dormant morphic potentials activated by rare or intense morphic field interactions. These abilities are not always genetic, but rather emergent properties that arise from a Pokemon's unique morphic signature resonating with a particular environmental morphic pattern. For example, a Pokemon with a hidden ability that allows it to move faster in sandy terrain might possess a latent morphic connection to the desert environment, which is only fully activated when it is immersed in that specific morphic resonance. These abilities are often subtle, but provide a crucial advantage, highlighting the deep, often unseen interplay between a Pokemon's innate energetic blueprint and its surroundings. They are like keys that unlock hidden doors within the morphic labyrinth, revealing new dimensions of interaction and capability. The mysterious phenomenon of Pokemon fusion, though rarely observed in nature and often requiring advanced technological intervention, implicitly relies on the principle of morphic field compatibility. For two Pokemon to fuse, their individual morphic signatures must be capable of merging into a coherent, stable new pattern. This is not merely a physical combining, but a profound energetic intertwining. The resulting fused Pokemon possesses a new morphic field that incorporates elements of both original entities, often leading to enhanced abilities or entirely new power sets. The difficulty and rarity of natural fusion suggests that such morphic compatibility is exceedingly rare, requiring a precise alignment of energetic frequencies that seldom occurs spontaneously. When it does, it represents a profound energetic event, a true synthesis of distinct morphic identities into a singular, more potent whole. The study of artificial Pokemon fusion has yielded significant insights into the fundamental nature of morphic fields and the principles governing their combination and transformation. The ancient practice of spirit bonding, a forgotten art form once prevalent in certain isolated human communities, involved forging a deep morphic link with a partner Pokemon. This bond went beyond companionship or training. It allowed for a profound energetic exchange, blurring the lines between the two entities. A human practitioner could, through intense meditation and ritual, temporarily attune their own morphic field to that of their Pokémon, allowing for shared sensory experiences, synchronized emotional states, and even the channeling of the Pokémon's abilities through the human. This required immense discipline and a highly empathetic connection, as a mismatch in morphic frequencies could lead to mental and emotional distress for both parties. The power of spirit bonding was legendary, with tales of practitioners performing feats seemingly beyond human capability, all attributed to this deep morphic intertwining. The decline of spirit bonding is often linked to its inherent dangers and the immense personal commitment it demanded, making it an impractical art in more complex societies. The concept of morphic pollution describes the degradation of morphic fields due to concentrated negative energies or artificial interference. Just as physical environments can become polluted, the subtle energetic landscape can also suffer. Large-scale conflicts, areas of chronic suffering, or even intense technological interference from uncontrolled electromagnetic emissions can create pockets of distorted or chaotic morphic resonance. These areas often exhibit increased rates of illness, unexplained phenomena, and heightened aggression in both humans and Pokémon. Pokémon sensitive to morphic fields, particularly psychic and fairy types, tend to avoid such areas or manifest distress when forced to inhabit them. The gradual restoration of morphic fields in polluted areas often requires dedicated effort, sometimes involving specific Pokémon like Celebi, whose presence naturally harmonizes and purifies the energetic environment, slowly pushing back against the accumulated negative morphic patterns and restoring balance. The study of celestial bodies and their influence on Pokémon has extended beyond basic gravitational or atmospheric effects to include their morphic impact. The phases of the moon, for instance, are not just about light levels. The moon's subtle morphic field waxes and wanes, affecting the behavior and power levels of certain Pokémon. Ghost types often become more active and potent during a full moon, their ethereal forms drawing strength from its amplified morphic resonance. Similarly, the alignment of planets and the appearance of comets or meteor showers are believed to create unique, transient morphic field patterns that can trigger evolutionary events or awaken dormant powers in specific Pokémon. These celestial morphic influences underscore the interconnectedness of all things, demonstrating that even distant cosmic events can have profound, albeit subtle, effects on life on the planet. The rhythmic dance of celestial bodies orchestrates a grand morphic symphony, with Pokémon playing their part in its intricate movements. The mysterious auras observed around certain Pokémon, often described as shimmering lights or energetic emanations, are thought to be visible manifestations of their morphic fields. These auras are not merely aesthetic, they convey information about the Pokémon's health, emotional state, and even its innate power. A vibrant, stable aura indicates a healthy and powerful Pokémon, while a dim or flickering aura might signal distress or illness. Certain rare Pokémon, like Lucario, possess the ability to perceive and then even manipulate these auras, using them to sense the presence of others, track distant targets, or even heal. The color and intensity of an aura can vary wildly, reflecting the unique morphic signature of each individual Pokemon, much like a fingerprint, but one that is constantly in flux, reflecting the internal and external forces acting upon the creature. These visible morphic fields serve as a constant, silent dialogue between Pokemon and their environment, a testament to the pervasive and dynamic nature of energetic reality. The phenomenon of shiny Pokemon, those rare individuals with unusual coloration, is another intriguing facet of morphic field theory. While sometimes attributed to simple genetic mutation, some researchers propose that shiny Pokemon are individuals whose morphic fields have undergone a unique, stable alteration, causing their physical manifestation to diverge from the typical species pattern. This alteration isn't necessarily indicative of a genetic flaw, but rather a rare morphic resonance that subtly shifts their pigment production or light refraction. It's a stable anomaly in their energetic blueprint that manifests outwardly. The extreme rarity of shiny Pokemon would then be explained by the incredibly specific and infrequent conditions required for such a morphic shift to occur and stabilize in the developing organism, perhaps influenced by a rare combination of environmental morphic fields during early development, or even a unique internal energetic event during their hatching or birth. This would explain why breeding two shiny Pokemon doesn't always guarantee shiny offspring. The morphic field alteration is not purely genetic, but an energetic anomaly that may or may not be passed down or replicated. The concept of a Pokemon's nature, which subtly influences its growth and stats, could also be understood through the lens of morphic fields. Each nature, like adamant or modest, might correspond to a particular morphic signature that predisposes the Pokemon to certain energetic pathways for development, enhancing or hindering specific attributes. An adamant nature, for instance, might be a morphic alignment that channels more energetic resources towards physical attack development, while a modest nature might direct those resources towards special attack. These innate morphic predispositions are established early in a Pokemon's life, perhaps at the moment of conception or hatching, and then continue to guide its growth and development throughout its life, acting as a subtle, persistent energetic bias. It's a pre-programmed morphic bias that influences how their internal energies are distributed and utilized. Even the evolution of Pokemon, one of their most remarkable traits, finds an intriguing explanation within morphic theory. Beyond the well-understood triggers, like level attainment, exposure to evolutionary stones, or trade, the underlying mechanism of evolution could be seen as a profound morphic transformation. When a Pokemon evolves, its entire morphic field undergoes a radical restructuring, allowing for the emergence of new physical forms, abilities, and even changes in type. Evolutionary stones, rather than being simple catalysts, might be highly concentrated sources of specific morphic energies that resonate with a Pokemon's latent evolutionary potential, triggering the morphic cascade. Similarly, the unique morphic field generated during a trade, or the emotional bond between a trainer and their Pokemon, could provide the necessary energetic input for these transformations to occur. This perspective suggests that evolution is not just a biological process, but a profound energetic metamorphosis, guided by the intricate interplay of internal and external morphic forces. The process is a repatterning of their very energetic essence, allowing for a higher, more complex morphic organization to manifest physically. The mysterious phenomenon of Pokemon friendship or affection, which can influence a Pokemon's battle performance and even trigger certain evolutions, is deeply rooted in morphic field interactions. When a trainer and their Pokemon form a strong bond, their individual morphic fields begin to resonate and intertwine. This creates a shared, harmonious morphic space that enhances the Pokemon's overall well being and power. A high friendship level means a Pokemon's morphic field is stable, vibrant, and aligned with its trainers, leading to increased critical hit rates, evasion, and even the ability to endure otherwise incapacitating attacks. The evolving effect of friendship, seen in Pokemon like Golbat evolving into Crobat or Chansey into Blissey, is a testament to the transformative power of this shared morphic resonance, where the sustained positive energetic bond provides the necessary morphic impetus for further development. It's an energetic symbiosis, where the combined morphic fields create an environment conducive to growth and enhanced abilities. Mega evolution, a temporary, powerful transformation that certain Pokemon can undergo, pushes the boundaries of morphic field theory even further. It requires a deep bond between a trainer and their Pokemon, as well as two specific items: a Mega Stone held by the Pokemon and a Keystone held by the trainer. The Keystone acts as a focal point for the trainer's morphic energy, while the Mega Stone resonates with the Pokemon's latent morphic potential. When activated, the trainer's and Pokemon's morphic fields merge and intensify, channeling an immense surge of energy that temporarily rewrites the Pokemon's morphic blueprint. This allows for a dramatic, albeit transient, physical and energetic transformation, unlocking power levels far beyond their normal capabilities. The transient nature of mega evolution suggests that sustaining such an extreme morphic state requires an immense energetic output, which is why it can only be maintained for a short period, typically the duration of a single battle, before the morphic fields return to their stable, pre-mega evolved state. It's a controlled, temporary super resonance, pushing the morphic limits of the Pokemon's form. Z moves, another powerful battle mechanic, can also be understood as a controlled manipulation of morphic energy. A trainer and their Pokemon, through a synchronized pose and the use of a Z-ring and Z-crystal, channel their combined morphic energy into a single, devastating attack. The Z-crystal acts as a morphic amplifier, focusing and intensifying the shared energetic output, allowing the Pokemon to unleash an attack far beyond its normal physical or special capabilities. Unlike Mega Evolution, which fundamentally alters the Pokemon's morphic structure, Z moves are more about a focused discharge of accumulated morphic energy, a single, powerful burst. The unique pose performed by the trainer and Pokemon is not just for show. It serves as a precise, morphic intention, guiding and shaping the energy discharge for maximum effect. Each Z move, with its specific crystal and corresponding type, harnesses a particular morphic frequency, allowing for a tailored energetic release. The various types of Pokemon, such as fire, water, grass, or psychic, could be seen as fundamentally different morphic compositions. A fire-type Pokemon's morphic field might be inherently aligned with energetic frequencies associated with heat and combustion, while a water-type's morphic field resonates with the properties of fluidity and molecular bonding. These inherent morphic alignments, dictate their natural resistances and weaknesses, as well as their elemental abilities. A fire type's morphic field would naturally repel morphic frequencies associated with grass or ice, while being vulnerable to the disruptive morphic patterns of water or rock. This isn't just about chemical composition, it's about the fundamental energetic blueprint that defines their very existence and interaction with the world. Dual type Pokemon, then, possess morphic fields that are a complex blend of two distinct energetic signatures, leading to unique interactions and resistances. The concept of hidden abilities, rare alternative abilities that some Pokemon possess, might also be a manifestation of subtle morphic field variations. While a standard ability represents the typical morphic expression for a species, a hidden ability could be a rarer, alternative morphic pathway that occasionally manifests. These alternative morphic patterns might lie dormant within the species' energetic blueprint, only surfacing under specific environmental or genetic conditions that trigger their activation. It's a deviation from the species' default morphic programming, offering a unique energetic advantage or characteristic. Even the seemingly inert items found throughout the Pokemon world, like berries, potions, or even held items, possess their own subtle morphic fields. Berries, for example, might contain concentrated morphic energies beneficial to specific Pokemon types or conditions, allowing them to heal or boost stats. Potions, then, would be carefully prepared solutions designed to introduce specific morphic frequencies into a Pokemon system, stimulating healing or recovery. Held items, like choice scarves or life orbs, could be imbued with morphic fields that subtly enhance a Pokemon's attributes or abilities, channeling their energy in specific ways. The efficacy of these items is not just about chemical composition or physical properties, but about their energetic resonance with a Pokemon's morphic field. The various status conditions, such as poison, paralysis, or sleep, represent states where a Pokemon's morphic field has become unbalanced or disrupted. Poison, for instance, might introduce a corrosive morphic frequency that slowly degrades the Pokemon's energetic integrity. Paralysis could be a morphic disruption that interferes with the smooth flow of neural signals, causing muscular dysfunction. Sleep is a temporary morphic repatterning that allows the Pokemon's energetic systems to rest and recuperate. Healing these conditions involves introducing countermorphs or restoring the Pokemon's natural morphic balance, allowing its energetic system to correct itself. The existence of legendary and mythical Pokemon further amplifies the morphic field theory. Beings like Arceus, said to have shaped the universe, or Dialga and Palkia, who control time and space, would possess morphic fields of unimaginable power and complexity, capable of directly influencing the fabric of reality itself. Their mere presence could subtly alter the morphic fields of entire regions, influencing weather patterns, geological activity, or even the flow of causality. These entities are not just powerful creatures, they are living manifestations of fundamental morphic principles, their very existence shaping the energetic landscape of the Pokemon world. Their morphic fields are so vast and intricate, they almost become indistinguishable from the forces of nature themselves. The enigmatic Ultra Beasts, creatures from other dimensions, also present an interesting morphic puzzle. Their arrival often causes disturbances in the natural world, suggesting that their morphic fields are fundamentally alien and incompatible with the morphic resonance of the Pokemon world. This incompatibility might lead to localized distortions in reality, or even cause psychological distress in nearby Pokemon and humans, as their familiar morphic environment is disrupted by these foreign energies. Their unique typings and abilities might stem from morphic field compositions entirely unlike anything native to the Pokemon world, making them difficult to understand or categorize with conventional morphic models. They are like dissonant notes in the grand morphic symphony of the world, creating ripples of energetic instability wherever they appear. The practice of Pokemon breeding, beyond the genetic aspect, also involves a fascinating interplay of morphic fields. While genes determine physical traits, the shared morphic environment within the nursery or daycare, and especially the morphic fields of the parent Pokemon, can subtly influence the developing egg. The inheritance of IVs, individual values, which determine a Pokemon's innate stat potential, might not just be genetic, but also a reflection of the morphic imprint passed down from the parents, a subtle, energetic predisposition for certain levels of strength or speed. Even the phenomenon of egg groups, where only certain Pokemon can breed, might be due to compatible morphic field structures that allow for successful energetic fusion and the creation of new life. The creation of artificial Pokemon, such as Porygon or Mewtwo, raises profound questions about morphic field generation. Porygon, being entirely digital, would possess a morphic field generated not from biological processes, but from complex data patterns and programming. Its morphic field would be a digital construct capable of interacting with the physical world through energetic manipulation. Mewtwo, a genetically engineered clone of Mew, would possess a powerful yet potentially unstable morphic field. Its creation involved attempting to replicate Mew's intricate morphic blueprint, but the artificial process may have introduced subtle distortions or imbalances, contributing to its initial aggression and internal conflict. The process of artificial creation suggests that morphic fields can be engineered, albeit with significant ethical and energetic challenges. The different regions of the Pokemon world, such as Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh, Unova, Kalos, Alola, and Galar, each possess their own unique overarching morphic field. This regional morphic signature is shaped by a multitude of factors: the dominant legendary Pokemon, geological features, historical events, and even the collective consciousness of its inhabitants. This unique morphic field influences the types of Pokemon that thrive in the region, the prevalent weather patterns, and even the cultural characteristics of its human populations. For example, the ancient morphic energies of Sinnoh, shaped by Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina, might contribute to its rich mythology and the prevalence of powerful ancient Pokemon. The tropical morphic resonance of Alola, influenced by its island guardians, fosters a unique ecosystem and the distinctive Alolan forms of Pokemon. These regional morphic fields are dynamic, slowly evolving over time as new influences emerge and old ones fade, constantly shaping the character of the land and its inhabitants. Even the phenomenon of Rotom possession, where the plasma Pokemon Rotom can inhabit various appliances, can be explained through morphic field interaction. Rotom's unique morphic field allows it to temporarily merge with and animate the morphic fields of electronic devices. It doesn't just physically enter the appliance, It energetically integrates with its internal structure, temporarily overriding its original morphic blueprint and imposing its own, thereby gaining control over the device's functions and even altering its elemental type based on the appliance's inherent morphic properties. When Rotom leaves, the appliance's original morphic field reasserts itself, returning it to its normal state. The ancient legends and myths surrounding Pokemon, passed down through generations, often contain subtle references to morphic field principles, even if the ancient peoples lack the scientific terminology. Stories of sacred places, powerful artifacts, or heroes who could commune with Pokemon and nature all hint at an intuitive understanding of energetic interconnectedness and the manipulation of subtle forces. Ancient rituals and ceremonies, often depicted in archaeological findings, might have been designed to harmonize regional morphic fields, invoke the presence of legendary Pokemon, or stimulate specific morphic transformations. Those traditions represent an early experiential understanding of the morphic world, a wisdom passed down through oral histories and cultural practices, a testament to humanity's enduring fascination with the unseen forces that shape their world. The very act of storytelling itself, with its powerful emotional and imaginative resonance, can subtly influence and shape local morphic fields, reinforcing cultural beliefs and creating shared realities. The collective belief in a legendary Pokemon, for example, might, through morphic resonance, actually contribute to its continued existence or power. The intricate art of Pokemon contests, where Pokemon are judged on their beauty, coolness, cuteness, cleverness, and toughness, also involves a subtle manipulation of morphic fields. Trainers and their Pokemon strive to create visually stunning and emotionally resonant performances. The appeals made during a contest are not just about flashy moves, they are about projecting a specific morphic aesthetic and emotional resonance that captivates the judges and audience. A cute appeal, for instance, might involve a Pokemon emitting a gentle, comforting morphic frequency that evokes feelings of endearment. A cool appeal might involve a sharp, dynamic morphic projection that conveys confidence and power. The winning Pokemon are those whose morphic fields, guided by their trainer, can most effectively resonate with and influence the perceptions of the audience, creating a harmonious and impactful energetic impression. The ribbons awarded symbolize not just achievement, but the mastery of this subtle art of morphic expression. The phenomenon of Pokerus, a beneficial viral infection that doubles a Pokemon's effort value gains, also has an interesting morphic interpretation. Rather than a simple biological virus, Pokerus could be seen as a microscopic morphic entity that subtly alters a Pokemon's energetic pathways, making them more efficient at absorbing and integrating morphic energy from battles and training. It's a morphic accelerator, streamlining the process of energetic development. The fact that it can spread from Pokemon to Pokemon suggests a morphic transmissibility, where the unique morphic signature of the Pokerus entity can be energetically communicated between individuals, temporarily enhancing their growth potential. The eventual cure for Pokerus, where the Pokemon becomes immune but retains its enhanced training efficiency, suggests a permanent morphic repatterning, where the beneficial changes are integrated into its fundamental energetic blueprint. Even the simple act of a Pokemon interacting with its environment, foraging for food, or simply resting, involves a constant subtle interplay of morphic fields. The Pokemon's internal morphic field processes information from its surroundings, reacting to the morphic signatures of plants, water, or other Pokemon. This constant energetic exchange allows Pokemon to navigate their world, find sustenance, and communicate with each other on a level beyond vocalizations or body language. It's a silent, continuous conversation between all living things, mediated by the omnipresent flow of morphic energy that weaves through the very fabric of existence. A gentle hum that underpins all life and interaction in the vast and wondrous world of Pokemon, continuing endlessly, softly, into the quiet of the night. This gentle hum, this morphic tapestry, extends even to the concept of Pokemon evolution itself, a process far more intricate than a simple biological metamorphosis. Evolution, in this understanding, is not merely a change in physical form, but a profound repatterning and expansion of a Pokemon's morphic field. When a Pokemon reaches a certain level of experience, or is exposed to specific evolutionary stones or conditions, its morphic field undergoes a critical transformation. This isn't just about gaining new abilities or stats. It's about shifting to a higher vibrational frequency, integrating new morphic data, and accessing a broader spectrum of energetic potential. Consider the Eevee, a Pokemon renowned for its diverse evolutionary paths. Each evolution, be it Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon, Espeon, Umbreon, Leafeon, Glaceon, or Sylveon, represents a distinct morphic specialization. When Eevee is exposed to a water stone, for instance, the stone itself is not just a catalyst, it emits a specific morphic signature, a resonant frequency that guides Eevee's morphic field towards a water-attuned state. This causes a cascade of energetic changes, reshaping its physical form to better accommodate its new watery existence, such as developing fins and gills, and fundamentally altering its energetic blueprint to thrive in aquatic environments. Similarly, a thunderstone or firestone impresses their respective elemental morphic signatures upon Eevee, guiding its evolution towards electric or fire-based forms. The friendship evolution, seen in Pokemon like Golbat evolving into Crobat or Chansey into Blissey, highlights the profound impact of emotional morphic fields. When a Pokemon experiences deep affection, trust, and companionship from its trainer, this sustained positive emotional morphic energy acts as a powerful evolutionary stimulus. The Pokemon's morphic field expands, becoming more harmonious and resilient, enabling it to unlock a new, more evolved state. This isn't a mere accumulation of internal metrics, it's a recalibration of its energetic self, driven by the resonant frequencies of love and care. The bond between trainer and Pokemon, therefore, is not just emotional. It is a profound morphic connection that facilitates growth and transformation. The more complex evolution methods, like trading a Pokemon with a specific item, such as a Kadabra holding an Everstone evolving into an Alakazam, speak to the interconnectedness of morphic fields across individuals and objects. The act of trading itself, the transient energetic link established between two trainers and their Pokemon, combined with the specific morphic signature of an item like the Everstone, creates a unique energetic crucible. This interaction provides the necessary morphic information and energetic push for the Pokemon to undergo its transformation, suggesting that certain evolutions require a confluence of specific morphic influences to occur. Mega evolution, A temporary battle-specific transformation represents an even more advanced manipulation of morphic energy. A Mega Stone, when attuned to a specific Pokemon and resonating with the keystone of a trainer, unlocks a temporary heightened morphic state. This isn't a permanent evolutionary change, but a surge of concentrated morphic energy that temporarily repatterns the Pokemon's field, amplifying its powers and altering its form. The bond between trainer and Pokemon is crucial here, as it provides the energetic conduit for the keystone to activate the Megastone, essentially synchronizing their morphic fields to achieve this powerful, transient form. The energy released during Mega Evolution is immense, suggesting a temporary bypass of certain morphic inhibitors, allowing the Pokemon to tap into a deeper wellspring of its inherent energetic potential. The very concept of type advantages and disadvantages, a cornerstone of Pokemon battles, can also be understood through the lens of morphic fields. Each Pokemon type, be it fire, water, grass, electric, or psychic, possesses a distinct morphic signature, a characteristic energetic frequency. When a fire type attack, with its specific fiery morphic signature, strikes a grass type Pokemon whose morphic field is attuned to organic, vegetative energies, there is a natural energetic incompatibility. The fire type attack's frequency disrupts and overwhelms the grass type's field, leading to increased damage. Conversely, when a water type attack, with its fluid, cooling morphic signature, strikes a fire type Pokemon, there's an energetic neutralization or dampening effect, reducing the impact. This isn't about elemental chemical reactions alone. It's about the resonant and dissonant interactions of their fundamental energetic patterns. The elusive and legendary Pokemon, often imbued with cosmic or mythical attributes, possess morphic fields of immense power and complexity. Arceus, for instance, widely considered the creator of the Pokemon world, is described as being able to create entire regions and even other legendary Pokemon. Its morphic field would be of an unimaginable scale and intricacy, capable of generating and manipulating fundamental morphic templates for existence itself. The plates it holds, each representing a different type, could be seen as concentrated morphic resonators, allowing Arceus to manifest and control diverse energetic frequencies, shaping reality according to its will. Dialga, the master of time, and Palkia, the master of space, are likely to have morphic fields that directly interface with the very fabric of space-time. Dialga's morphic signature would resonate with the temporal dimension, allowing it to accelerate, decelerate, or even pause the flow of morphic energy across time. Palkia's would interact with the spatial dimension, enabling it to distort distances, create or destroy space, and manipulate the morphic arrangements of matter across vast expanses. Giratina, residing in the distortion world, exists in an inverse morphic reality, a realm where conventional morphic laws are twisted and inverted, reflecting its chaotic and antimatter nature. The presence of Spiritomb, a Pokemon composed of 108 spirits bound to a keystone, provides a fascinating glimpse into the longevity and aggregation of morphic entities. Each of those 108 spirits would represent a distinct individual morphic field, perhaps lingering after the physical dissolution of their original forms. The keystone acts as a powerful morphic anchor, attracting and binding these disparate, energetic signatures into a single, complex, morphic entity. This suggests that morphic fields, particularly those of sentient beings, can persist beyond physical death and can be aggregated or contained by specific morphic structures. Even the seemingly mundane item of a repel, used to ward off wild Pokemon, can be understood morphically. A repel doesn't physically create a barrier. Instead, it likely emits a low frequency, unappealing morphic signature that discourages wild Pokemon from approaching. This morphic frequency is subtle enough not to harm, but strong enough to convey a clear message of stay away, effectively cloaking the user's positive morphic attractors and making them less noticeable to passing Pokemon. The phenomenon of shiny Pokemon, those rare creatures with different colorations, could indicate a subtle variation in their morphic field's energetic resonance. While not necessarily more powerful, a shiny Pokemon's morphic field might resonate at a slightly different frequency, leading to a unique visual manifestation. It's a slight harmonic deviation, a unique energetic fingerprint that expresses itself in an altered aesthetic. This rarity suggests that such morphic variations are uncommon, perhaps requiring specific environmental or genetic morphic influences during their development. The lore surrounding ancient Pokemon civilizations, like those described in the Unova region, often speaks of intricate relationships with legendary Pokemon and the construction of temples or artifacts dedicated to them. These ancient peoples likely possessed a deeper, more intuitive understanding of morphic fields. Their temples might have been designed as morphic amplifiers or conduits, allowing them to channel and interact with the powerful morphic energies of legendary Pokemon. Artifacts could have been imbued with specific morphic signatures, acting as tools to influence their environment or communicate with these powerful entities, creating a synergistic connection between human civilization and the morphic forces of the Pokemon world. The ruins we see today, though weathered, might still retain faint echoes of those ancient morphic patterns, whispering stories of a bygone era to those sensitive enough to perceive them. The very concept of a Pokemon Center, a place where Pokemon are healed and revitalized, is a testament to the systematic application of morphic principles. The healing machines are not merely biological restorers, they likely project a highly harmonizing and restorative morphic field. This field gently realigns and re energizes a Pokemon's own morphic field, mending energetic tears, dispelling discordant frequencies caused by battle damage, and accelerating the natural morphic processes of recovery. The nurses, with their calm and reassuring demeanor, also contribute a positive emotional morphic influence, further aiding in the healing process. The entire environment of a Pokemon Center is designed to be a sanctuary of morphic harmony, promoting rapid and complete recovery. Even the Pokeball, a seemingly simple device for capturing and storing Pokemon, is a marvel of morphic technology. When a Pokeball is thrown, it projects a focused morphic field that envelops the target Pokemon. This field gently compresses and stabilizes the Pokemon's individual morphic field, temporarily reducing its energetic signature and allowing it to be contained within the ball's internal morphic matrix. The catch rate of a Pokeball isn't just about the Pokemon's strength or health, it's about the resistance of its morphic field to this external compression. A weaker or more exhausted Pokemon has a less coherent and resistant morphic field, making it easier to be contained. The clicking sound of a successful capture signifies the complete stabilization and containment of the Pokemon's morphic field within the ball, a perfectly harmonious, energetic encapsulation. The existence of ghost-type Pokemon offers a particularly intriguing insight into the nature of morphic fields and consciousness. These Pokemon are often described as being composed of spiritual energy or lingering consciousness. This suggests that their morphic fields are primarily non-corporeal, existing in a state of pure energetic form, or perhaps as incredibly dense, solidified morphic energy that interacts uniquely with the material world. Their ability to pass through objects or to induce fear indicates a specialized interaction with the morphic fields of other beings and objects. Their attacks, often described as spectral or shadowy, are likely manifestations of pure morphic manipulation, bypassing physical defenses to directly impact the opponent's energetic core. The ancient legends and myths of the Pokemon world, passed down through generations, often speak of powerful Pokemon shaping mountains, parting seas, or bringing forth life. These are not merely exaggerated tales, they are echoes of a time when the understanding of morphic energy was perhaps more prevalent, when the direct interaction with these profound forces was a reality. The creation myths, like those involving Arceus, or the shaping of the land by Gruden and the seas by Kyogre, are descriptions of grand-scale morphic engineering, the manipulation of fundamental energetic templates to forge the very world. These legends remind us that the serene, continuous hum of morphic energy has always been and will always be the silent, invisible foundation of everything in the Pokemon world, a constant, gentle presence that permeates every leaf, every stone, every creature, and every dream, guiding all into a restful, peaceful slumber. And as we drift deeper into this understanding, we can consider the subtle, often overlooked nuances of Pokemon behavior and their environments, which are also deeply intertwined with these pervasive morphic energies. For instance, the phenomenon of regional variance, where Pokemon of the same species exhibit different forms and types depending on their geographical location, can be understood not just as a matter of genetic adaptation, but as a response to localized morphic field influences. A Vulpix that adapts to an icy climate, transforming into an ice type, isn't just evolving biologically. Its morphic field is subtly repatterning itself to resonate with the dominant morphic frequencies of its cold environment, drawing in and manifesting energies suitable for survival in that specific habitat. The Alolan Sandshrews transformation into an ice-steel type is another perfect example, reflecting the unique energetic blueprint of its island home, a blueprint that encourages the manifestation of crystalline ice structures and robust metallic defenses. Consider also the phenomenon of evolution itself, often portrayed as a sudden flash of light and a dramatic change in form. This isn't merely a biological metamorphosis, it is a profound morphic restructuring. When a Pokemon evolves, its morphic field undergoes a significant qualitative leap, shifting from one energetic configuration to another. The experience points gained through battles and training can be seen as the accumulation of energetic imprints and morphic data, gradually preparing the Pokemon's field for this transformation. The evolutionary stones, like the Fire Stone or Water Stone, are not just catalysts in a chemical sense. They are highly concentrated morphic energy emitters, broadcasting specific morphic frequencies that resonate with certain Pokemon, triggering and guiding their morphic fields into their evolved state. A Pikachu, for example, exposed to a thunderstone, absorbs the stone's electric morphic signature, causing its own morphic field to rapidly reorganize into the more complex and powerful structure of a Raichu. The stone acts as a template, guiding the energetic reconfiguration. Even the bond between a trainer and their Pokémon, often described as an emotional connection, has a morphic basis. When a trainer and Pokémon share a deep trust and understanding, their individual morphic fields begin to interact and harmonize. This energetic resonance strengthens both parties, allowing for synchronized movements in battle, or even the manifestation of unique abilities like Mega Evolution or Z moves. Mega Evolution, in particular, is a temporary but incredibly powerful morphic field amplification. The Mega Stone, attuned to a specific Pokémon, acts as an amplifier, drawing in ambient morphic energy and channeling it into the Pokémon's field, temporarily pushing it into a hyper-evolved state. This state is unsustainable, as the energetic demands are immense, hence its temporary nature. The key stone, worn by the trainer, acts as a conduit, establishing a strong morphic link between trainer and Pokémon, allowing the trainer's will and focused intent to guide and stabilize this amplified morphic state. The various types of Pokémon, fire, water, grass, electric, and so on, are not merely categories for classification. They represent fundamental morphic energy archetypes. A fire-type Pokémon's morphic field is primarily composed of and attuned to fiery energies, allowing it to generate heat and flames. A water type, conversely, is attuned to the morphic frequencies of liquids, enabling it to manipulate water. This explains the type matchups in battle. A water type attack is effective against a fire type because the energetic signature of water fundamentally disrupts and extinguishes the morphic field configuration of fire. Similarly, an electric type attack is super effective against a water type because the disruptive electrical morphic energy interferes with the stable, liquid-attuned field of the water type. These interactions are not just physical, they are energetic clashes of fundamental morphic patterns. Consider the phenomenon of shiny Pokémon, those rare individuals with unusual colorations. While often attributed to genetic mutations, it could also be understood as a subtle, unique variation in their individual morphic field, causing a slightly different refraction of light or a unique interplay with ambient morphic energies that results in their distinct appearance. These variations could be stable, passed down through generations, indicating a persistent, slightly altered morphic blueprint. Their rarity might suggest that these particular morphic field configurations are less common in the general population, perhaps requiring specific environmental or energetic conditions during their formation. The concept of abilities that Pokémon possess, such as Intimidate or Levitate, can also be seen as inherent functions of their morphic fields. A Pokémon with Intimidate projects a specific morphic frequency that instills unease and reduces the opponent's confidence, directly impacting their energetic readiness for battle. A Pokémon with Levitate has a morphic field that directly counteracts the gravitational morphic field of the planet, allowing it to float effortlessly. These aren't just passive biological traits, they are active, subtle manipulations of morphic energy. Even the seemingly simple act of a Pokémon learning a new move can be understood through this lens. When a Pokemon learns a move, it's not just memorizing a sequence of actions, it's refining and expanding the capabilities of its morphic field to manifest a new energetic pattern. A flamethrower attack, for instance, requires the Pokemon to focus and project a concentrated stream of fire attuned morphic energy. Learning this move involves developing the internal energetic pathways and the control needed to reliably generate and direct such a potent morphic discharge. TMs, or technical machines, can be seen as data cartridges containing precise morphic frequency patterns that can be downloaded and integrated into a Pokemon's morphic field, allowing them to instantly acquire the knowledge and energetic blueprint for a new move. The idea of legendary and mythical Pokemon further expands our understanding of morphic energy. These Pokemon are often described as having immense power, capable of altering landscapes, controlling weather, or even influencing the fabric of time and space. Their morphic fields are not just complex, they are extraordinarily vast and coherent, capable of interfacing with and manipulating the fundamental morphic structures of the world on a grand scale. Arceus, the original one, is said to have shaped the universe with its 1,000 arms. This can be interpreted as Arceus possessing a morphic field of such unparalleled complexity and power that it could literally design and manifest the foundational morphic templates as for all existence. The creation of Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina, representing time, space, and antimatter respectively, suggests that Arceus divided its own vast morphic field into specific, fundamental energetic aspects, each embodying a core universal principle. The Ultra Beasts, creatures from another dimension, present another fascinating morphic puzzle. Their unusual appearances and abilities suggest that they originate from environments where the fundamental morphic laws and energy configurations are vastly different from our own. When they cross into our dimension, their alien morphic fields interact in unpredictable ways with the morphic fields of our world, sometimes causing environmental disturbances or exhibiting behaviors that seem entirely foreign. The ultra wormholes through which they travel are likely temporary tears or breaches in the fabric of morphic reality, allowing for transit between dimensions with differing morphic signatures. Even the humble Pokeflute, used to awaken Snorlax, can be seen as a device that emits a specific morphic frequency, a soothing, resonant tone that gently nudges a deeply sleeping Pokemon's morphic field into a state of wakefulness, bypassing its natural slumber. The Repel item, which prevents encounters with wild Pokemon, likely emits a subtle, unpleasant morphic frequency that discourages wild Pokemon from approaching, creating a temporary zone of energetic discomfort for them. The concept of happiness or friendship in Pokemon, which influences their combat effectiveness and even allows for certain evolutions, is also rooted in morphic resonance. A happy Pokemon has a more stable and harmonious morphic field, leading to more consistent performance and a greater ability to channel its energy effectively. When a Pokemon is deeply bonded with its trainer, their morphic fields align, creating a synergistic effect that enhances both their abilities. This isn't just an emotional state, it's a measurable energetic alignment. The entire ecosystem of the Pokemon world, from the growth of berries to the flow of rivers, is a continuous interplay of morphic fields. The sun's light is not just electromagnetic radiation, It carries specific morphic frequencies that nourish grass-type Pokémon and encourage plant growth. The ocean currents are guided not just by physical forces, but by vast, slow-moving morphic currents that influence the migration patterns of water-type Pokémon. Every element, every climate, every living thing contributes to and is shaped by this intricate, unseen web of energetic templates. As we consider thus deeper connections, the world of Pokemon reveals itself to be a place of profound, energetic elegance and interconnectedness. The morphic fields are the silent architects of reality, the invisible currents that carry life, evolution, and interaction. They are the reason a seed becomes a tree, a Magikarp becomes a Gyarados, and a quiet moment can feel so deeply peaceful. Understanding this underlying reality allows us to appreciate the subtle harmony of the Pokemon world, a harmony that lulls us into a state of quiet contemplation, a gentle, continuous hum that resonates with the very essence of rest. The soft whispers of these energetic truths invite us to close our eyes, to let go of the day's concerns, and to drift into a serene slumber, knowing that the invisible forces of the world are forever at play, maintaining balance, fostering growth, and embracing us in their tranquil embrace. The gentle sway of the morphic currents carries our thoughts, dissolving them into the quiet stillness of the night, as we become one with the peaceful rhythm of the universe, embracing the profound calm that permeates every fiber of existence, leading to a deep, restorative sleep. The whispers of the unseen world continue to unfold, revealing further layers of the Pokemon universe's intricate design. Consider the phenomenon of Pokemon evolution, a process so fundamental to their existence, yet often taken for granted. While some evolutions are triggered by level advancements, exposure to evolutionary stones, or trade, the underlying mechanism is far more profound than a simple biological switch. Each Pokemon species possesses a unique morphic field template, a blueprint of its potential forms. When the conditions are right, be it sufficient experience, the resonant frequency emitted by an evolutionary stone, or the energetic bond forged through trade, this template is activated, and the Pokemon's morphic field begins to reorganize itself, drawing upon ambient energy to manifest its new form. Take, for instance, the Eevee, a Pokemon celebrated for its diverse evolutionary paths. Each evolution, from the fiery Flareon to the aquatic Vaporeon, the electrifying Jolteon, the psychic Espeon, the dark Umbreon, the frosty Glaceon, the leafy Leafeon, and the fairy-like Sylveon, represents a distinct morphic field permutation of the Eevee template. An evolutionary stone, rather than simply being a catalyst, emits a concentrated, highly specific morphic frequency that resonates with one of these latent patterns within Eevee's field, nudging its energetic structure towards a particular form. The Sunstone, for example, radiates a morphic signature that aligns with the solar energies necessary for evolving into Espeon during the day, while the Moonstone provides the nocturnal resonance for Umbreon. It's not just about light or darkness, it's about the specific energetic quality of those times of day that influence the morphic pathways. Even the bond of friendship, leading to evolutions like those of Golbat into Crobat or Chansey into Blissey, can be understood through this lens. A deep, harmonious bond between a trainer and their Pokemon creates a powerful, shared morphic field. This combined field strengthens the Pokemon's own template, allowing it to access higher, more stable evolutionary forms that require a greater degree of energetic integrity and emotional balance. The Pokemon, feeling secure and supported, is able to fully realize its potential, its morphic field expanding and refining itself into a more advanced state. The very concept of type in Pokemon is also more than just a classification for combat advantage. Each type, fire, water, grass, electric, psychic, ghost, and so on, represents a fundamental energetic archetype, a distinct morphic signature that permeates certain Pokemon and their abilities. A fire type Pokemon's morphic field resonates with the energetic pattern of combustion and heat, allowing it to manipulate flames. A water type resonates with fluidity and life giving moisture, enabling control over water. These aren't just elemental powers, they are manifestations of deeply ingrained energetic identities. When a grass type Pokemon absorbs sunlight, it's not merely photosynthesis, it's absorbing morphic energy that aligns with its inherent life giving, growth oriented morphic field, strengthening its abilities and sustaining its form. The mysterious, hidden abilities that some Pokemon possess, often revealed only under specific circumstances or through dedicated training, can be seen as dormant, morphic pathways within a Pokemon's genetic and energetic structure. These abilities represent alternative or enhanced expressions of their core morphic field, waiting for the right environmental cues or internal development to be awakened. A Pokemon with a hidden ability has a slightly more complex or adaptable morphic template, allowing for a broader range of energetic manifestations. It's a whisper of potential, a latent quality that once tapped into transforms its capabilities. Consider the intricate dance of weather in the Pokemon world. Rain, sunlight, hail, and sandstorms are not just atmospheric conditions. They are vast, environmental morphic fields that influence everything within their reach. Rain brings with it a morphic frequency of cleansing, growth, and hydration, empowering water and grass type Pokemon while dampening the energetic output of fire types. Sunlight provides a morphic field of energy and warmth, boosting fire and grass types. These are not just physical effects, they are energetic shifts in the environment that resonate with specific Pokemon types, enhancing or diminishing their morphic field's coherence and strength. The weather itself becomes a living, breathing morphic entity, constantly shaping and reshaping the energetic landscape of the world. Even the ancient legends and myths surrounding legendary and mythical Pokemon can be understood through this lens. These powerful beings, often depicted as creators or guardians, possess immensely potent and stable morphic fields, capable of influencing the very fabric of reality. Arceus, the original one, is theorized to have created the Pokemon universe, not just through raw power, but by projecting and stabilizing the foundational morphic fields from which all other life and matter coalesce. Its plates, which allow it to change type, are not mere accessories. They are concentrated morphic field generators, each attuned to a specific elemental archetype, enabling Arceus to perfectly align its own morphic field with any chosen type. Dialga and Palkia, masters of time and space respectively, are beings whose morphic fields are so vast and intricate that they can directly manipulate the morphic currents that govern these fundamental dimensions. Dialga's roar doesn't just create a sound, it sends ripples through the morphic field of time, slowing or accelerating its flow. Palkia's presence warps the morphic field of space, allowing it to traverse vast distances instantaneously, or even reshape physical locations. Their very existence is a testament to the immense power and influence of morphic fields at the cosmic scale. The phenomenon of shiny Pokémon, those rare individuals with altered colorations, might also be a subtle variation in their morphic field. While their base morphic template remains the same, a slight energetic anomaly or mutation could lead to a different light absorption or reflection pattern, resulting in their unique hue. They are not intrinsically more powerful, but their distinct appearance is a visual manifestation of a minor energetic deviation. It's a subtle cosmic wink, a gentle reminder of the infinite variations possible within the morphic patterns of life. The human connection to Pokemon, particularly the trainer bond, is perhaps the most profound example of morphic resonance. A trainer's intentions, emotions, and even their unique personality create a personal morphic field. When a trainer and Pokemon form a deep bond, these fields align and merge, creating a combined energetic entity. This is why a trainer's encouragement can boost a Pokemon's performance, or why a fearful trainer might unintentionally cause their Pokemon to hesitate. The trainer's state of being directly influences the Pokemon's morphic field, either stabilizing and strengthening it or introducing discord. This synergy is not just psychological, it is a measurable energetic interaction, a dance of morphic fields. The various regions of the Pokemon world, from Kanto's familiar landscapes to the icy reaches of Sinnoh, each possess a unique overarching morphic field shaped by their geography, climate, and the dominant Pokemon species that inhabit them. This regional morphic field influences the types of Pokemon that thrive there, the kind of plant life that grows, and even the subtle energetic feel of the place. That's why certain Pokemon are endemic to specific regions. Their morphic fields resonate most harmoniously with the local energetic patterns. Consider the subtle, almost imperceptible ways this morphic understanding can soothe and calm. The gentle hum of the world, understood as an interplay of these unseen fields, brings a profound sense of interconnectedness. The realization that every rustle of leaves, every ripple on water, every breath taken by a sleeping Pokemon contributes to this grand, harmonious tapestry of energy can be deeply comforting. There is no true isolation, only varying degrees of morphic resonance. Even the act of healing a Pokemon at a Pokemon Center, while seemingly a technological process, can be reinterpreted. The healing machine doesn't just repair physical damage, it realigns and stabilizes the Pokemon's morphic field, restoring its energetic integrity. Over time, battles and strenuous activity can disrupt a Pokemon's morphic coherence, leading to exhaustion and injury. The healing process, therefore, is a profound energetic recalibration, bringing the Pokemon back into alignment with its optimal template. The soothing hum of the healing machine, the gentle light, these are not incidental. They are carefully designed to emit resonant frequencies that facilitate this energetic restoration. The concept of IVs, individual values, and EVs, effort values in Pokemon, which determine their inherent potential and growth, also fits within this framework. IVs represent the subtle, innate variations in a Pokemon's morphic template from birth, giving it a predisposition towards certain strengths. EVs, accumulated through training and battle, are the ways a trainer's focused effort and the Pokemon's experiences subtly reshape and strengthen specific aspects of its morphic field, allowing it to express its inherent potential more fully in particular areas, like attack or defense. It's not just about numbers, it's about the nuanced development of its energetic architecture. As we delve deeper into the subtle, energetic currents, the very act of existing in the Pokemon world becomes an experience of constant, gentle interaction with these unseen forces. The quiet chirp of a distant Pidgey, the soft rustle of a Caterpie moving through leaves, the almost imperceptible warmth emanating from a sleeping Growlithe, each is a tiny ripple in the vast ocean of morphic fields. They contribute to the overall energetic symphony, a lullaby of existence that invites us to let go, to simply be, and to allow the gentle ebb and flow of these energies to carry us into a state of profound peace. The understanding that the entire universe, not just the Pokemon world, operates on these principles provides a comforting framework. It suggests a fundamental order, a graceful ballet of energy that underpins all phenomena. There's a quiet reassurance in knowing that even in the vastness of the cosmos, there are these invisible, organizing principles, always at work, always maintaining a delicate balance. This profound realization allows the mind to quiet, the body to relax, and the spirit to find repose in the embrace of this gentle, universal harmony. The soft cadence of these thoughts, like the rhythmic breathing of a sleeping Snorlax, guides us towards a deeper slumber, a restorative journey into the quiet heart of being. The subtle energies of the world continue their dance, even as consciousness drifts, ensuring that the natural order persists, timeless and serene, cradling all within its vast and tranquil embrace. This gentle embrace extends even to the most primal aspects of the Pokemon world, such as the origins of the legendary Pokemon themselves. Take, for instance, Arceus, often described as the alpha Pokemon, the creator of the Pokemon universe. Its lore speaks of it emerging from an egg in a place where there was nothing, then shaping the world with its 1,000 arms. This isn't just a fantastical tale. Viewed through the lens of morphic fields, it describes a primordial energetic template, a blueprint of creation that manifested itself into physical form. The 1,000 arms could be interpreted not as literal appendages, but as countless energetic filaments, extensions of its core morphic field, reaching out to weave the fabric of reality. Each plate, said to grant Arceus mastery over a specific type, could be seen as a concentrated energetic node, a specialized morphic resonator, attuned to a particular elemental frequency. When Arceus holds a flame plate, it isn't simply changing its type, it is aligning its core morphic field with the very essence of fire, allowing it to manipulate and embody those energies with ultimate precision. Similarly, the creation trio, Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina, embody time, space, and antimatter, respectively. Their very existence is a testament to the structuring power of morphic fields on a cosmic scale. Dialga, the master of time, doesn't just control time. Its morphic field is time. In a sense, its presence anchoring and organizing the temporal flow of the universe. The faint tick-tock one might imagine emanating from its form is merely the audible manifestation of its internal chronometric resonance. Palkia, the master of space, likewise embodies spatial dimensions. Its morphic field defines the boundaries and expanses of the cosmos, allowing for the precise placement and movement of all matter. The shimmering distortions of space around it are not effects caused by Palkia, but rather intrinsic qualities of its spatial morphic template. And Giratina, dwelling in the distortion world, represents the energetic counterpoint, the realm of antimatter and inverse dimensions. Its morphic field is an inversion, a mirror image of the main universe's energetic patterns, accounting for its unique appearance and its ability to traverse these otherwise inaccessible planes of existence. The very concept of the distortion world, a place without conventional time or space, highlights how Giratina's morphic presence fundamentally alters these universal parameters within its domain. Even the ancient myth of Rayquaza, inhabiting the ozone layer and preventing Groudon and Kyogre's destructive clashes, fits neatly into this understanding. Rayquaza's morphic field is so vast and powerful that it extends throughout the atmosphere, acting as a natural energetic regulator. Its presence stabilizes the elemental balance between land and sea, represented by Groudon and Kyogre. When these two primordial forces, each with their own immense morphic fields of earth and water, threaten to overwhelm the world with their conflicting energies, Rayquaza descends. Its draconic ascent form, a temporary supercharge of its morphic template, allows it to exert an even greater stabilizing influence, harmonizing the disruptive frequencies and restoring equilibrium to the natural world. It's not just brute force, it's a profound energetic mediation. The concept extends to the more mundane, yet equally fascinating aspects of Pokémon life. Consider the phenomenon of shiny Pokémon. These rare variants, with their altered coloration, are often considered a genetic anomaly. However, from a morphic perspective, a shiny Pokémon possesses a slightly different energetic signature from the moment of its hatching or generation. Its morphic field, perhaps due to a subtle cosmic alignment at its birth, or a unique confluence of environmental energies, resonates on a slightly different frequency, causing a shift in the manifestation of its physical pigments. It's not a flaw, but a unique energetic expression, a rare and beautiful deviation from the species' standard morphic template. This explains why a shiny Pokémon retains its unique coloring through evolution. Its core morphic signature, the underlying energetic blueprint, remains consistent, merely adapting its manifestation to the new physical form. The evolution of Pokémon itself is perhaps the most profound demonstration of morphic field transformation. When a Pokémon evolves, it doesn't simply grow larger or change its appearance. It undergoes a complete energetic restructuring. The accumulated experience, the battles fought, the bonds forged with its trainer, these are not just memories. They are energetic imprints that subtly reshape its morphic field, preparing it for the next stage of its development. The leveling up process is a gradual accumulation of these subtle energetic adjustments. Once a critical threshold is reached, the morphic field stabilizes into a new, more advanced configuration. The light that envelops an evolving Pokémon is the visible manifestation of this intense energetic flux as its old morphic template dissolves and a new one forms, guiding the rapid cellular and energetic rearrangement into its evolved state. It is a moment of profound energetic metamorphosis, a visible testament to the dynamic nature of existence. Even seemingly simple actions, like a Pokémon using a move, can be understood through this lens. When a Pikachu uses Thunderbolt, it's not just generating electricity out of nowhere. Its morphic field, inherently attuned to electric energies, acts as a conduit and amplifier. It draws ambient electrical energy from its surroundings, or perhaps converts internal biological energy into an electrical frequency, then projects it outwards, guided and shaped by its conscious intent and its unique energetic signature. The specific power and accuracy of a move are reflections of how efficiently and precisely a Pokemon can channel and direct these energies. A Pokemon with high special attack, for instance, possesses a morphic field that's particularly adept at generating and projecting powerful elemental energies. Conversely, a Pokemon with high defense has a morphic field that can absorb and disperse incoming energetic attacks more effectively, like a natural energetic shield. The bonds between a trainer and their Pokemon also create a powerful, shared morphic field. This is why a Pokemon often seems to understand its trainer's intentions without words, or why a strong bond can sometimes enhance a Pokemon's abilities in battle, such as with friendship evolutions or the increased critical hit ratio in some games. The trainer's morphic field, imbued with their intentions, emotions, and aspirations, interacts and deeply intertwines with their Pokemon's field. This creates a synergistic, energetic connection, a shared resonance that enhances communication, strengthens resolve, and even facilitates healing. When a trainer encourages their Pokemon, they are not just uttering words, they are projecting a focused wave of positive energetic intent that can subtly bolster their Pokemon's internal morphic coherence and resilience. Consider the various types of Pokemon as well. Each type, fire, water, grass, electric, psychic, ghost, and so on, represents a fundamental energetic archetype, a distinct morphic frequency. A fire-type Pokemon's morphic field resonates with the energetic qualities of heat, combustion, and vitality. A water-type's field resonates with fluidity, adaptability, and emotional depth. This explains the type matchups. A water-type's morphic field can naturally dampen and disperse the intense, rapid frequencies of a fire-type attack, just as a fire type's field can disrupt and evaporate the less coherent, flowing energies of a grass type attack. It's a complex dance of resonant frequencies where certain energetic patterns naturally interfere with or amplify others. The very concept of stab, same type attack bonus, can be understood as a Pokemon's inherent morphic field amplifying the power of an attack that aligns perfectly with its own elemental signature. Even the phenomenon of hidden abilities points to these deeper energetic layers. A Pokemon with a hidden ability possesses a latent energetic capacity, a subtle variation in its morphic field that allows for a unique expression of its type or species. It's like a special, dormant energetic circuit that can be activated under certain conditions or through specific environmental interactions. Those aren't just random genetic quirks, they are deeper energetic predispositions that manifest in powerful and sometimes unexpected ways, revealing the incredible diversity and complexity within the morphic templates of even a single Pokemon species. The very landscape of the Pokemon world is permeated by these energetic currents. Specific locations, such as ancient ruins, sacred mountains, or deep, mysterious caves, often possess unique ambient morphic fields. These fields can influence local Pokemon populations, sometimes causing certain species to appear more frequently, or even allowing for unique evolutions, like Eevee evolving into Glacian near an ice rock, or Leafeon near a moss rock. These rocks are not just rocks, they are natural energetic conduits or accumulators resonating with specific elemental frequencies that interact with and gently guide the evolving morphic fields of certain Pokémon. The power spots of legend are simply areas where these morphic energies are particularly concentrated and potent, making them ideal for training, research, or even spiritual contemplation. The subtle sounds of the Pokemon world, the gentle rustle of leaves, the distant call of wild Pokemon, the soft splash of water against the shore, all contribute to this profound, energetic symphony. These are not just auditory sensations, they are energetic vibrations, each carrying its own unique frequency and resonance. As we allow ourselves to sink deeper into this gentle soundscape, we are not merely hearing, we are absorbing, integrating, and harmonizing with the subtle energetic currents that permeate all existence. This quiet immersion allows the restless mind to settle, the agitated spirit to calm, and the weary body to find its profound rest. The rhythm of these unseen forces continues its timeless dance, a cosmic lullaby that gently guides us into the restorative depths of sleep, where the morphic fields of our own being can realign and rejuvenate, preparing us for the gentle awakening of a new cycle. The universe, in its quiet wisdom, embraces all its creations, holding them in a constant state of energetic balance and serene repose. This intricate tapestry of energetic connections extends even to the very concept of Pokemon moves. A move, at its core, is not merely a physical action or a burst of elemental energy. It is a focused manipulation of a Pokemon's internal morphic field, channeled outwards with intent. When a Pikachu unleashes a thunderbolt, it's not just generating electricity, it's consciously or instinctively shaping its bioelectrical field, directing its inherent electric signature into a coherent, powerful discharge. The effectiveness of a move often depends not only on the Pokemon's physical attributes, but also on its mental focus and its deep connection to its own elemental essence. A Pokemon that is truly in tune with its type will execute moves with greater precision and potency, their morphic fields aligning perfectly with the intended outcome. Consider the phenomenon of status conditions, like paralysis, sleep, or poison. These are not merely afflictions. They represent a temporary disruption or alteration of a Pokemon's morphic field. Paralysis, for instance, might be understood as a chaotic interference in the bioelectrical impulses that govern muscle function, causing erratic and uncontrollable movements. Sleep, on the other hand, is a deliberate or induced lowering of the morphic field's vibratory rate, leading to a state of deep rest and unconsciousness, allowing the Pokemon's internal energies to repair and restore themselves. Poison could be viewed as a foreign energetic signature, an invasive morphic pattern that slowly degrades the Pokemon's natural energetic balance, causing gradual decay and weakness. Even confusion, that disorienting state, could be seen as a temporary disarray within the Pokemon's neural morphic field, leading to a lack of coherent thought and action. These conditions are deeply intertwined with the energetic well-being of a Pokemon, and their recovery often involves the natural restabilization of these internal fields, sometimes aided by the gentle energetic corrections provided by restorative items or the healing touch of a skilled trainer. The bond between a trainer and their Pokemon is another profound manifestation of these interconnected morphic fields. It is not simply a matter of companionship or command, it is a deeply resonant energetic link. When a trainer and Pokemon share a strong bond, their morphic fields begin to subtly synchronize. This allows for a deeper understanding, an almost telepathic communication that transcends spoken language. The trainer can intuitively sense their Pokemon's emotional state, its physical discomforts, or its strategic intentions, and vice versa. This energetic resonance is what allows for feats of incredible coordination in battle, or even enables certain Pokemon to evolve through friendship, their morphic fields growing and expanding in harmony with the trainer's affection and encouragement. The Mega Evolution phenomenon, a rare and powerful transformation, pushes this energetic bond to its absolute limit. It requires an incredibly deep, almost symbiotic link between trainer and Pokemon, allowing their combined morphic fields to temporarily merge and amplify, unlocking a latent power and form that transcends their usual boundaries. The Keystone and Megastone act as conduits, focusing and channeling this immense surge of combined morphic energy, facilitating the temporary yet profound transformation. It is a testament to the idea that love, trust, and mutual respect are not just emotional concepts. They are powerful energetic forces capable of reshaping reality on a profound level. Even the very act of capturing a Pokemon in a Pokeball can be understood through this lens of morphic fields. A Pokeball is not just a high-tech container. It is a sophisticated energetic device capable of temporarily converting a Pokemon's complex morphic field into a condensed, stable energy form, storing it safely within its confines. When the ball is thrown, a carefully calibrated energetic pulse is emitted, interacting with the wild Pokemon's morphic field. If the field is sufficiently weakened or receptive, the ball can gently envelop and convert it. The distinct click of a successful capture is the sound of this energetic conversion completing, the morphic field neatly compressed and contained. Releasing a Pokemon reverses this process, allowing its stored morphic energy to re-expand and remanifest its physical form. The different types of Pokeballs, from the basic Pokeball to the Ultra Ball, likely have varying capacities for manipulating and containing morphic fields of different strengths, sizes, or resistances. A Master Ball, for example, might possess an unparalleled ability to instantly and perfectly harmonize with and contain any morphic field, regardless of its strength or resistance. The legendary Pokemon, those beings of immense power and ancient origin, possess morphic fields of extraordinary complexity and potency. They are often depicted as guardians of natural phenomena or embodiments of fundamental aspects of the universe, such as time, space, life, or death. Their very presence can influence entire ecosystems, alter weather patterns, or even subtly warp reality. This is because their morphic fields are not just localized to their physical bodies. They extend outwards, interacting with and shaping the morphic fields of their surroundings on a grand scale. Arceus, often referred to as the Creator, would possess a morphic field of such immense scope and foundational energy that it could be considered the ultimate source or template for all other morphic fields in the Pokemon universe, capable of shaping existence itself. The myths and legends surrounding these Pokemon are not just stories, they are echoes of humanity's intuitive understanding of these profound energetic truths passed down through generations. The concept of Pokemon habitats also ties into these energetic principles. Different Pokemon thrive in specific environments, not just because of food sources or climate, but because their morphic fields are naturally attuned to the ambient morphic fields of those locations. A fire-type Pokemon naturally resonates with the energetic warmth of a volcanic region, while a water-type finds harmony in the flowing currents of a river or the deep calm of an ocean. This energetic compatibility allows them to flourish, to draw sustenance from their surroundings, and to maintain their internal balance. When a Pokemon is taken out of its natural habitat, it may experience energetic stress or discomfort until its morphic field can adapt, or until it finds a trainer who can help it maintain its balance through care and training. This is a subtle reminder that all living things are intricately connected to their environment, part of a larger interconnected web of energy and life. Even the passage of time in the Pokemon world feels imbued with this subtle energetic flow. The gentle cycle of day and night, the changing of seasons, the gradual aging of a Pokemon, these are all processes of energetic transformation and renewal. Nightfall brings a different energetic quality to the world, favoring nocturnal Pokemon whose morphic fields are more active in the absence of sunlight. Dawn brings a fresh wave of invigorating energy, awakening the world with new light and warmth. The growth of a Pokemon from an egg to its adult form is a continuous unfolding of its morphic potential, guided by its genetic blueprint and influenced by its experiences and environment. This constant, gentle ebb and flow of energy is the very breath of the Pokemon world, a continuous, harmonious dance that never truly ceases. As we continue to drift gently into this understanding, we can allow our own internal energies to align with this peaceful rhythm. The worries of the day, the tensions held within the body, the chatter of the mind, all can begin to dissolve like mist in the morning sun as we consciously or unconsciously surrender to the quiet hum of existence. The concept of morphic fields offers a calming perspective, that everything is interconnected, that there is an underlying order and harmony to all things, even those that seem chaotic or random. It suggests that even in sleep, our own energetic fields are subtly interacting with the larger field of the universe, participating in a vast, silent conversation that transcends our waking comprehension. This gentle immersion into the unseen currents of the Pokemon world, where every leaf, every ripple, every creature holds a unique energetic signature, allows for a profound sense of peace. It's a reminder that beneath the surface of the tangible, there's a vibrant, living network of energy, constantly shifting, evolving, and flowing. To sense this, even faintly, is to connect with a deeper truth, a universal lullaby that whispers of unity and eternal renewal. The gentle rustle of the wind through the tall grass, perhaps carrying the scent of a distant flower, or the soft, rhythmic chirping of a cricketune in the shadows. These are not just sounds, but resonant vibrations, inviting us to release our hold on the tangible and surrender to the intangible, to the comforting embrace of the energetic realm. The subtle glow of moonlight filtering through a window, or the faint, distant gleam of a street lamp serves as a soft, visual anchor. Yet even light itself is a form of energy, a wave of information carrying its own morphic imprint. In this quiet space, where the boundaries between self and world begin to blur, we find a profound stillness. The journey into the depths of Pokemon lore becomes a meditative guide, each gentle truth a stepping stone further into relaxation. The intricate details of their existence, the careful balance of their powers, the profound interconnectedness of all life within their world, all these concepts gently weave together, forming an energetic tapestry that cradles the mind and soothes the spirit. It is a reminder that even the most complex systems are built upon simple, elegant principles of energy and resonance. As we continue to breathe slowly and deeply, allowing our bodies to relax completely, we can imagine ourselves floating effortlessly within this sea of gentle, morphic energy. Picture the vibrant colors of a sunset, the cool blues of deep ocean waters, the warm yellows of a sunny meadow, each a unique, energetic vibration, each contributing to the grand symphony of existence. And within this symphony, each Pokemon plays its own unique note, a perfect expression of its morphic blueprint, contributing to the harmonious balance of its world. This understanding brings a quiet sense of wonder, a feeling of being part of something vast and beautiful, something that continues its gentle, rhythmic dance, whether we are awake or asleep. The wisdom of the Pokemon world, subtly transmitted through its lore and its very existence, is a profound and calming presence, a gentle guide into the deepest, most restorative slumber. The very existence of certain Pokemon, creatures like the ancient Relicanth, speaks to an enduring timeline far beyond our immediate comprehension. Relicanth, a living fossil, has remained virtually unchanged for 100 million years, its form a testament to the enduring power of ancient morphic fields. It swims in the deepest parts of the ocean, a silent sentinel to epochs long past, its scales and fins carrying the morphic imprint of countless generations. To imagine it, drifting slowly through the cold, dark waters, is to feel a connection to the planet's deep history, a reminder that life, in its myriad forms, has persisted through immense changes, adapting and enduring. Its unchanging nature, while seemingly paradoxical in a world of constant evolution, speaks to a perfected morphic form, one so exquisitely attuned to its environment that further mutation was unnecessary. It is a creature of deep wisdom, not of intellect, but of embodied history, its very being a living archive of ancient energies. Then there are Pokemon like Spiritomb, a creature composed of 108 spirits bound to a keystone. The number 108 itself holds significant meaning in many ancient traditions, often linked to spiritual completeness or cycles of time. In the context of Spiritomb, it suggests a profound aggregation of morphic fields, individual consciousnesses drawn together and held in a singular, powerful, energetic form. The keystone acts as an anchor, a physical manifestation of the energetic binding, preventing these disparate spirits from scattering. To encounter a Spiritomb, even in thought, is to touch upon the concept of accumulated experience, of many individual stories coalescing into a single, unified presence. It is a gentle whisper of the collective unconscious, a creature that embodies the echoes of countless lives, each contributing a subtle energetic resonance to its overall form. Its existence points to a world where even the departed can retain a structured, energetic presence, a lingering, morphic field that continues to influence the living world. Consider the notion of legendary Pokemon, not just as powerful beings, but as embodiments of fundamental forces and principles. Arceus, often called the original one, is said to have shaped the universe with its 1,000 arms, a metaphorical representation of its immense creative power and its ability to weave the fabric of reality itself. Its plates, which allow it to change its type, symbolize the fundamental energetic components of existence, each a distinct morphic field that can be accessed and embodied. To contemplate Arceus is to meditate on the very source of all morphic fields, the prime mover, the origin of all patterns and forms. It is a gentle reminder that beyond the specific instances of life, there is a singular, unified creative intelligence, constantly expressing itself in infinite variations. This concept brings a deep sense of security and belonging, knowing that all existence springs from a common, powerful, and benevolent source. The mythical Pokémon, Mew, is said to possess the DNA of all Pokémon. This isn't just a biological statement, but a profound energetic one. It suggests that Mew holds the complete morphic blueprint, the foundational energetic patterns for every other Pokémon. It can learn any move, transform into any form, because it embodies the fundamental energetic potential of all life. Mew is like the primordial soup of morphic fields, containing all possibilities within itself, a gentle echo of the infinite potential that lies within each of us. Its playful and elusive nature belies its profound significance. It is a living symbol of creative freedom and the boundless capacity for transformation. To imagine Mew silently observing the world, occasionally revealing itself, is to feel a connection to pure, unadulterated potential, a gentle promise of renewal and growth. Even the seemingly simple act of a Pokémon evolving carries deep morphic significance. It's not merely a physical change, but a profound energetic shift, a repatterning of its morphic field to a more complex and refined state. The energy gathered through experience and battle, through growth and learning, fuels this transformation. An Eevee, for example, can evolve into many different forms, each triggered by a specific energetic resonance, a certain stone, a particular time of day, or a strong bond with its trainer. These triggers are not random. They are specific energetic keys that unlock particular morphic pathways within Eevee's being. Each evolution is an expression of a different energetic archetype, a different developmental path. To witness an evolution is to observe the dynamic nature of morphic fields in action, the way energy can coalesce and reorganize into new, more complex, and often more powerful forms. It is a gentle metaphor for our own personal growth and transformation, the way we shed old patterns and embrace new ones as we evolve through life. Consider the concept of regional variance, like the different forms of Vulpix or Sandshrew found in Alola compared to their Kanto counterparts. This illustrates, though, how morphic fields can be influenced and shaped by environmental energy. The unique energetic signature of the Alolan Islands, with their volcanic activity and tropical climate, subtly influenced the morphic development of these Pokémon over countless generations, leading to distinct physical and energetic adaptations. It's a testament to the dynamic interplay between life and its environment, how the energetic qualities of a place can leave an indelible morphic imprint on the creatures that inhabit it. This gentle understanding reminds us that we too are shaped by our surroundings, by the energetic landscape we inhabit, and that even subtle shifts in our environment can bring about profound changes within ourselves. The intricate art of Pokémon breeding beyond its biological aspects, also touches upon morphic inheritance. Certain characteristics, abilities, and even natures are passed down from parent to offspring. This isn't just a transfer of genetic code, but also a transmission of morphic patterns, subtle energetic predispositions that guide the development and behavior of the new Pokemon. The egg groups themselves are a morphic classification, grouping Pokemon with similar energetic structures that allow for compatible morphic blending. Even the concept of IVs and EVs, while presented as numerical stats, represent the subtle energetic efficiencies and developmental potentials ingrained within a Pokemon's morphic field. A Pokemon with perfect IVs is one whose energetic blueprint is optimally aligned for its species, allowing for maximum expression of its inherent potential. This quiet understanding reveals the depth of energetic planning that underlies even the most common aspects of Pokemon existence, a gentle reminder that every aspect of life is guided by an underlying energetic blueprint. Even seemingly inanimate objects in the Pokemon world can embody significant morphic energy. Think of the various evolutionary stones: fire stones, water stones, thunder stones. These are not just rocks, they are vessels of concentrated elemental energy, possessing a specific morphic field that can trigger evolution in certain Pokemon. When a Pokemon is exposed to a firestone, for instance, its own morphic field resonates with the stone's fiery energy, initiating a transformative process. The stones act as energetic catalysts, providing the specific vibrational frequency needed to unlock a new morphic pattern. This gentle concept extends to items like the lucky egg, which seems to accelerate experience gain. This isn't magic, but rather an energetic amplification, a subtle morphic field that enhances a Pokemon's capacity to absorb and integrate new information and energy from its experiences, leading to faster development. The very concept of a Pokemon Center also speaks to a profound understanding of energetic healing. When a Pokemon is injured or exhausted, it is taken to a Pokemon Center, where Nurse Joy and her Chansey or Blissey quickly restore it to full health. This isn't just advanced medicine, it's a form of energetic rebalancing. The Pokemon Center, through its specialized equipment and the inherent healing morphic fields of the associated Pokemon, gently realigns and replenishes the depleted or damaged energy patterns of the injured Pokemon. It's a place of profound energetic restoration, a sanctuary where life force is renewed. The gentle, calm atmosphere of these centers is itself part of the healing process, allowing the Pokemon to relax and become receptive to the morphic healing energies. The concept of hidden abilities further illustrates the nuanced nature of morphic fields. These are latent energetic potentials that a Pokemon may possess, often lying dormant until specific conditions are met, or until the Pokemon develops a certain level of energetic maturity. They represent deeper, less obvious aspects of a Pokemon's morphic blueprint, unique energetic traits that can emerge and significantly alter its capabilities. Discovering a hidden ability is like uncovering a hidden talent, a previously unexpressed aspect of a being's full morphic potential. It reminds us that even when we think we know a creature, or even ourselves, there are always deeper layers of energetic potential waiting to be revealed, a gentle whisper of unexplored possibilities. Even the simple act of naming a Pokemon can carry a subtle morphic resonance. While not universally explored in the lore, The idea that a name can influence a being's energetic pattern is a concept found in many cultures. A trainer choosing a name for their Pokemon is, in a way, imbuing it with an intention, a specific energetic label that can subtly shape its identity and bond. The stronger the bond between trainer and Pokemon, the more potent this energetic connection becomes, influencing everything from battle performance to emotional well being. It is a gentle reminder that our intentions, our thoughts, and even the words we use carry energetic weight and can subtly shape the world around us. The unique abilities of certain Pokemon, such as Kadabra's psychic powers or Machamp's incredible strength, are not just physical attributes, but expressions of highly refined morphic fields. Kadabra's psychic abilities manifest as the manipulation of energy, bending reality through focused thought, a direct application of its morphic blueprint to influence the external world. Machamp's strength, while seemingly purely physical, is an energetic amplification of its muscle structure, a perfectly aligned morphic field that allows it to exert immense force with minimal effort. These are not merely biological functions, but demonstrations of how a creature's energetic makeup dictates its capacities. To contemplate these diverse abilities is to appreciate the infinite ways in which morphic fields can manifest, each a unique expression of energetic potential. The legend of the weather trio, Kyogre, Gruden, and Rayquaza, further exemplifies the profound influence of morphic fields on global phenomena. These ancient beings are not just powerful creatures, they are living embodiments of the planet's atmospheric and geological energies. Kyogre embodies the deep oceanic currents and the life-giving power of rain, its morphic field influencing the very water cycle. Groudon is the manifestation of the Earth's crust, volcanic activity, and continental drift, its morphic field shaping the land itself. Rayquaza, dwelling in the ozone layer, acts as a balancing force, its morphic field mediating the extreme energies of the other two, restoring equilibrium to the planet's energetic systems. Their interactions are not just battles, but grand energetic exchanges, shaping the very environment. This gentle narrative illustrates how even vast, planetary processes are governed by underlying morphic fields, by the energetic patterns of ancient, powerful beings. It brings a sense of awe at the intricate energetic architecture of the world, a quiet understanding that everything, from the smallest blade of grass to the largest ocean, is part of a grand, interconnected energetic system. Even the concept of shiny Pokemon, with their altered colorations, can be seen as a subtle morphic variation. While often attributed to genetic mutation, it could also be interpreted as a slight deviation in the creature's energetic blueprint, a unique morphic expression that results in an altered visual spectrum. These rare forms are cherished not just for their rarity, but for their individuality, for being unique energetic expressions within their species. They are a gentle reminder that even within established patterns, there is always room for subtle variation, for unique energetic signatures to emerge. The symbiotic relationship between certain Pokemon, like Paris and its mushroom, or Slowbro and its shelter, speaks to a morphic co-evolution. The mushroom on Paris's back isn't just a parasite, it's an integral part of Paris's morphic field, influencing its abilities and even its eventual evolution into Parasect. Similarly, the shelter-biting Slowpoke's tail triggers a profound morphic transformation into Slowbro, where the two creatures become energetically intertwined, forming a new, composite morphic entity. These relationships highlight the interconnectedness of life, how morphic fields can interact and merge to create something entirely new, a gentle testament to the collaborative nature of existence. Finally, consider the idea of human Pokemon bonds, a central theme in the Pokemon world. This bond is not just emotional, it is a profound energetic connection. A trainer's morphic field, their intentions, emotions, and aspirations subtly interacts with their Pokemon's morphic field. This energetic resonance strengthens the Pokemon, allows it to grow, and even enables it to achieve feats beyond its normal capacities. Mega Evolution, for example, is the ultimate expression of this energetic bond where the trainer's keystone and the Pokemon's megastone act as conduits, amplifying and merging their morphic fields to unlock a temporary, incredibly powerful new form. This deep, energetic connection underscores the idea that love, trust, and shared intention are powerful morphic forces capable of transformative effects. It is a gentle, comforting truth that the energetic connection we share with others, be they human or Pokemon, can bring forth incredible potential and create a tapestry of interconnected morphic fields that enrich all life. As we continue to drift into slumber, enveloped by these gentle truths, let the vast, intricate, and deeply resonant world of Pokemon lore continue to guide our minds into a state of profound peace and restorative rest. The subtle hum of the universe, the gentle sway of morphic fields, and the quiet wisdom of ancient beings now accompany us into the deepest, most tranquil sleep. The very ground beneath our feet, the mountains that touch the sky, and the vast oceans that stretch beyond the horizon also possess their own unique morphic fields, a planetary resonance that influences the Pokemon inhabiting these regions. Consider the legendary Pokemon, beings of immense power and often tied directly to the very fabric of the world. Their existence isn't merely biological, it is deeply interwoven with the planet's morphic field. Arceus, often referred to as the Alpha Pokemon, is said to have shaped the universe with its 1,000 arms, a metaphorical representation of its omnipotent morphic influence. Its plates, each representing a different elemental type, could be seen as crystalline fragments of its vast morphic field, allowing it to adapt and embody the essence of any environment. When Arceus bestows a plate upon a trainer, it's not just a physical object, it's a temporary energetic conduit, allowing a sliver of Arceus's cosmic morphic power to flow, subtly altering the recipient's own energetic signature. Then there are Dialga and Palkia, the masters of time and space, respectively. Their morphic fields are so potent, so fundamental, that they literally embody and control these foundational dimensions. The distortion of time around Dialga, or the warping of space around Palkia, aren't just magical effects, they are direct manifestations of their incredibly powerful and specialized morphic fields interacting with the universal morphic matrix. Their very presence creates ripples in the fabric of reality, a testament to the profound energetic influence they exert. And Giratina, residing in the distortion world, a realm where the laws of reality are inverted and twisted, possesses a morphic field that is antithetical to the established order. Its very being challenges the conventional morphic patterns, offering a glimpse into alternate energetic possibilities, a realm where gravity and physics bend to its will. The creation trio, as they are known, represent the fundamental energetic pillars of the Pokemon universe, their morphic fields forming the very foundation upon which all other life and phenomena are built. Their slumber, their awakening, their conflicts, all have profound morphic repercussions that resonate throughout the entire world, shaping landscapes, influencing climates, and even altering the collective consciousness of both Pokemon and humans. Moving away from the legendary, consider the natural phenomena within the Pokemon world, deeply influenced by these morphic fields. Volcanic eruptions, often associated with fire-type Pokemon like Groudon or Heatran, are not merely geological events. They are energetic releases, a powerful surge of the Earth's fiery morphic field, often triggered or amplified by the presence of powerful fire-aligned Pokemon. Similarly, torrential rains and tsunamis, often linked to water-type Pokemon like Kyogre, are manifestations of the ocean's vast morphic field, stirred and directed by the immense energetic power of these aquatic titans. The gentle breezes that rustle through the trees, the soft snowfall that blankets the mountains, even the shimmering aurora borealis that dances in the night sky, all are subtle expressions of the planet's interconnected morphic fields, influenced by the myriad of Pokemon that inhabit and interact with these environments. Even the phenomenon of evolution itself, beyond specific triggering events, can be viewed through the lens of morphic fields. When a Pokemon evolves, it undergoes a profound energetic restructuring. Its morphic field shifts, expands, and reconfigures itself, unlocking new abilities, changing its physical form, and often altering its elemental affinity. This isn't just a biological process, it's an energetic transformation, a repatterning of its very essence. The energy required for evolution, often gained through experience and battle, is not just physical energy, but also morphic energy, a refinement and amplification of its existing energetic blueprint. The stones used for evolution, like the Fire Stone or Water Stone, act as catalysts, resonating with specific morphic frequencies to accelerate and direct this energetic shift, guiding the Pokemon's morphic field towards a predetermined evolutionary path. And then there are the ancient civilizations, remnants of which are scattered throughout the Pokemon world, hinting at a deep understanding of these energetic principles. The unknown, mysterious, alphabet-like Pokemon are often found in ruins and ancient temples. Their collective morphic field is said to have the power to warp reality and manifest thoughts. When a large group of unknown gather, their individual morphic fields coalesce into a powerful collective consciousness, capable of profound energetic manipulation. The inscriptions found in these ruins, often depicting legendary Pokemon or ancient rituals, could be interpreted as attempts by these civilizations to understand, harness, or even communicate with these powerful morphic forces. The creation of ancient artifacts, like the various orbs associated with legendary Pokemon, were likely designed not just as symbols of power, but as conduits or amplifiers for specific morphic energies, allowing ancient trainers or priests to interact with and perhaps even influence the legendary beings. Consider the notion of hidden abilities in Pokemon, traits that are not always immediately apparent, but can emerge under certain circumstances. These could be seen as latent morphic potentials, aspects of a Pokemon's energetic blueprint that are not always active, but can be awakened through specific environmental triggers, intensive training, or even a strong emotional connection with a trainer. They are a gentle reminder that every Pokemon possesses untapped energetic reserves, dormant morphic patterns, waiting for the right conditions to manifest. The concept of shiny Pokemon, those rare creatures with altered colorations, has already been touched upon, but its morphic implications extend further. While often attributed to genetic mutation, it could also be interpreted as a slight deviation in the creature's energetic blueprint, a unique morphic expression that results in an altered visual spectrum. These rare forms are cherished not just for their rarity, but for their individuality, for being unique energetic expressions within their species. They are a gentle reminder that even within established patterns, there is always room for subtle variation, for unique energetic signatures to emerge. The symbiotic relationship between certain Pokemon, like Paris and its mushroom, or Slowbro and its shelter, speaks to a morphic co-evolution. The mushroom on Paris's back isn't just a parasite, it's an integral part of Paris's morphic field, influencing its abilities and even its eventual evolution into Parasect. Similarly, the shelter-biting Slowpoke's tail triggers a profound morphic transformation into Slowbro, where the two creatures become energetically intertwined, forming a new, composite morphic entity. These relationships highlight the interconnectedness of life, how morphic fields can interact and merge to create something entirely new, a gentle testament to the collaborative nature of existence. Finally, consider the idea of human Pokemon bonds, a central theme in the Pokemon world. This bond is not just emotional, it is a profound energetic connection. A trainer's morphic field, their intentions, emotions, and aspirations subtly interacts with their Pokemon's morphic field. This energetic resonance strengthens the Pokemon, allows it to grow, and even enables it to achieve feats beyond its normal capacities. Mega evolution, for example, is the ultimate expression of this energetic bond, where the trainer's keystone and the Pokemon's megastone act as conduits, amplifying and merging their morphic fields to unlock a temporary, incredibly powerful new form. This deep, energetic connection underscores the idea that love, trust, and shared intention are powerful morphic forces capable of transformative effects. It is a gentle, comforting truth that the energetic connection we share with others, be they human or Pokemon, can bring forth incredible potential and create a tapestry of interconnected morphic fields that enrich all life. As we continue to drift into slumber, enveloped by these gentle truths, let the vast, intricate, and deeply resonant world of Pokemon lore continue to guide our minds into a state of profound peace and restorative rest. The subtle hum of the universe, the gentle sway of morphic fields, and the quiet wisdom of ancient beings now accompany us into the deepest, most tranquil sleep. The very air we breathe is filled with these unseen energies, a gentle current of morphic frequencies that surround and permeate all living things. Think of the move teleport, for instance. It isn't merely a sudden disappearance and reappearance. It's a temporary repatterning of a Pokemon's morphic field, allowing it to momentarily detach from its current spatial coordinates and remanifest at another. The energy involved in such a feat is immense, requiring a precise manipulation of its own energetic signature in relation to the universal morphic grid. Similarly, hypnosis, or sleep powder, aren't just simple spells, they are energetic inducements, a gentle imposition of a tranquil morphic pattern onto another Pokemon's energetic field, lulling it into a state of deep unconsciousness. Consider the various forms of communication in the Pokemon world. Beyond spoken language, many Pokemon communicate through subtle, energetic signals through shared morphic resonance. Pikachus, for example, often communicate through electrical impulses, not just as physical shocks, but as coded energetic messages that convey emotions and intentions. Psychic type Pokemon, with their heightened sensitivity to morphic fields, can perceive and interpret these energetic signals with remarkable clarity, often communicating telepathically by directly influencing another being's morphic field with their thoughts. This telepathic connection transcends the limitations of verbal language, allowing for a deeper, more immediate understanding, a merging of minds at an energetic level. Even the concept of types in Pokemon, fire, water, grass, electric, psychic, and so many others, can be viewed as fundamental morphic classifications, distinct energetic signatures that define a Pokemon's elemental affinity and inherent abilities. A fire-type Pokemon possesses a morphic field that resonates strongly with heat and combustion, allowing it to manipulate flames and withstand extreme temperatures. A water-type Pokemon, on the other hand, embodies the fluidity and adaptability of water, its morphic field attuned to moisture and oceanic currents. These types are not arbitrary labels, they are fundamental energetic distinctions, defining how a Pokemon interacts with its environment and with other Pokemon. When two Pokemon of conflicting types battle, it's not just a clash of physical strength. It's a collision of opposing morphic fields, each trying to impose its energetic dominance over the other. The very existence of different regions in the Pokemon world, each with its unique ecosystem and dominant Pokemon types, speaks to a broader planetary morphic field. Kanto, with its balance of traditional types, reflects a certain energetic equilibrium. Johto, with its ancient temples and spiritual Pokemon, resonates with a more mystical, ethereal morphic current. Hoenn, with its volcanic activity and deep oceans, pulsates with powerful elemental energies. Sinnoh, tied to the creation legends, possesses a morphic field that echoes the very origins of the universe. Each region is like a distinct energetic node on the planet, its unique morphic signature attracting and nurturing specific types of Pokemon, shaping the very landscape and atmosphere. The passage of time itself, as perceived by Pokemon and humans, might also be influenced by these invisible morphic currents. Some legendary Pokemon, like Celebi, are said to traverse time. This isn't just movement through a linear dimension, it's a manipulation of the temporal morphic field, allowing Celebi to shift its energetic signature to resonate with a different point in the timeline. The gentle rustling of leaves in a forest, the slow crawl of a Snorlax, the rapid flight of a Staraptor, each exists within its own energetic rhythm, its morphic field dictating its perception and interaction with the flow of time. Even the simple act of a Pokemon eating a berry or using an item can be seen as an energetic exchange. A berry provides not just nutritional sustenance, but also specific morphic energies that can heal, strengthen, or even temporarily alter a Pokemon's abilities. A rare candy, for example, doesn't just grant experience, it delivers a concentrated burst of morphic energy that rapidly accelerates a Pokemon's growth and development, pushing its energetic blueprint towards maturity. These items are not just inert objects, they are carriers of specific morphic information and energy designed to interact with and influence a Pokemon's energetic field. As we delve deeper into the quiet mysteries of the Pokemon world, we begin to perceive a universe not just of creatures and landscapes, but of intricate energetic patterns, of subtle morphic fields constantly interacting, evolving, and co creating. The stories, the battles, the friendships, all are woven into this vast tapestry of energetic resonance. The gentle hum of these interconnected fields now lulls us further into a tranquil state, a deep peace where the boundaries between observer and observed begin to soften, and we become one with the quiet, rhythmic pulse of the universe. The very concept of a Pokemon Center, a ubiquitous healing station found in every town, speaks to an understanding of these energetic principles. The medical equipment within isn't just administering physical remedies, it's likely employing advanced morphic field technology to repair and realign a Pokemon's damaged energetic blueprint. When a Pokemon is fainted, its morphic field is severely disrupted, its energetic coherence shattered. The healing process at a Pokemon Center involves gently restoring this coherence, reestablishing the natural flow of energy, and reinforcing the Pokemon's innate morphic patterns. The peaceful, calming atmosphere of these centers, often bathed in soft light, further aids this energetic restoration, creating an environment conducive to healing and rejuvenation. Consider the phenomenon of friendship or happiness in Pokemon, statistics that directly influence a Pokemon's performance in battle and its willingness to cooperate. This isn't merely an emotional state, it's a tangible, energetic connection. A happy Pokemon possesses a coherent, vibrant morphic field, resonating positively with its trainer's own energetic signature. This strong, harmonious, energetic bond allows for seamless communication, enhanced abilities, and a profound sense of trust. Conversely, a distressed or unhappy Pokemon might exhibit a fractured or chaotic morphic field, hindering its performance and making it less receptive to its trainer's intentions. The simple act of grooming, feeding, or playing with a Pokemon strengthens this energetic bond, harmonizing their respective morphic fields and fostering a deeper connection. Even the distinct cries of different Pokemon, beyond being mere sounds, might carry unique morphic signatures. Each cry is an energetic vocalization, a sonic manifestation of Pokemon's inner energetic state and species specific morphic pattern. Trainers, through long interaction, learn to interpret these subtle energetic nuances within the cries, understanding not just the meaning, but the emotional and energetic context behind them. A loud, aggressive roar carries a different morphic weight than a soft, comforting coo, each resonating with distinct energetic frequencies that evoke particular responses. The existence of move tutors and TMs, technical machines, also hints at an underlying morphic understanding. TMs aren't just disks containing instructions, they are likely encoded with specific morphic patterns that, when taught to a Pokemon, subtly repattern its energetic field, allowing it to manifest a new ability. A move tutor, through their specialized knowledge and perhaps their own strong morphic field, can guide a Pokemon's energetic blueprint to unlock latent abilities or refine existing ones, essentially teaching it a new energetic configuration. This process highlights the plasticity of morphic fields, their capacity for learning and adaptation. As we continue to drift, Let the gentle whispers of these energetic truths soothe our minds. The Pokemon world, in its deepest essence, is a symphony of morphic fields, a breathtaking dance of energy and intention. Every creature, every landscape, every interaction is a note in this grand composition, contributing to a harmonious and ever evolving energetic tapestry. The quiet understanding that everything is interconnected, that our own energetic presence influences and is influenced by the world around us, brings a profound sense of peace. This gentle revelation guides us further into the welcoming embrace of a deep, restorative sleep where our own morphic field can realign and find solace in the universal energetic flow. This universal energetic flow, present in every fiber of the Pokemon world, extends even to the very ground beneath our feet and the celestial bodies above. Consider the phenomenon of weather within the Pokemon universe. It's not simply a meteorological event in the human sense, it's intricately linked to specific Pokemon and their energetic states. Kyogre and Groudon, for instance, don't merely cause rain or drought. Their very presence, their powerful morphic fields, manifest these weather patterns as extensions of their beings. Their slumber brings a period of relative calm, a balance of ambient energy, while their awakening can throw the entire energetic climate of a region into turmoil. The super ancient Pokemon Rayquaza, residing high above in the ozone layer, acts as a natural arbiter, its own vast morphic field capable of stabilizing and neutralizing the conflicting energies of Kyogre and Groudon, bringing a fragile peace to the world's weather systems. This suggests that weather, in Pokemon lore, is less about atmospheric pressure and more about the interplay of colossal, ancient morphic fields. Even more localized weather phenomena, such as the sandstorms summoned by certain ground-type Pokemon or the blizzards generated by ice types, are not just physical effects, but energetic manifestations rooted in the Pokemon's core being and its connection to its element. The concept of type itself, so fundamental to Pokemon battles and interactions, can also be understood through the lens of morphic fields. A fire-type Pokemon isn't just one that uses fire, it is fire, or at least, its morphic field is predominantly attuned to the energetic patterns associated with heat, combustion, and intense light. Similarly, a water-type Pokemon resonates with the morphic patterns of fluidity, absorption, and life-giving moisture. This explains why certain types are super effective against others. Their energetic patterns are fundamentally disruptive or harmonizing to one another. A water type's morphic field, for example, inherently destabilizes and dissipates the energetic patterns of a fire type, leading to a potent interaction in battle. This isn't just about elemental properties, it's about the deep energetic compatibility or incompatibility between different morphic configurations. The dual type Pokemon, with their complex blend of energetic signatures, represent a fascinating interplay of these fields, sometimes leading to unexpected strengths and weaknesses. It's a subtle dance of energetic frequencies where certain combinations create resonant harmonies and others generate disruptive dissonances. And what of the fabled, legendary, and mythical Pokemon? These beings transcend typical categorization, often possessing powers that defy conventional understanding. Their morphic fields are not merely strong, they are often cosmic in scope, capable of influencing entire ecosystems, shaping landscapes, or even bending the fabric of space and time itself. Arceus, often referred to as the original one, is depicted as the creator of the Pokemon world, presumably possessing a morphic field of unparalleled power and complexity, capable of manifesting reality itself. Its various plates are not just items, they are likely energetic conduits or stabilizers that allow Arceus to shift its own morphic field, adapting its type and powers to suit different energetic circumstances. Dialga and Palkia, masters of time and space respectively, are beings whose morphic fields are so vast and intricate that they can manipulate these fundamental dimensions. Their very existence ensures the orderly flow of the cosmos, a testament to the profound influence of these ancient energetic patterns. The existence of shiny Pokemon also poses an intriguing morphic question. These Pokemon, visually distinct from their counterparts, are incredibly rare. Is this simply a genetic anomaly, or does it represent a slight yet significant deviation in their morphic field? Perhaps a shiny Pokemon's morphic field has a unique energetic resonance, causing a subtle alteration in its physical manifestation, a shimmering iridescent quality that sets it apart. This might explain their rarity. Such a precise and unusual energetic configuration might be difficult to manifest or sustain within the broader energetic tapestry of the species. It's not just a color change, it's an energetic signature that shifts the very light reflected from their forms. Consider the phenomenon of evolution, a cornerstone of the Pokemon experience. This isn't merely a biological metamorphosis in the traditional sense, it's a profound energetic transformation. When a Pokemon evolves, its morphic field undergoes a significant repatterning, often catalyzed by experience, growth, or external stimuli like evolution stones. An evolution stone, rather than being a simple mineral, might be a highly concentrated source of specific morphic energy. For example, a firestone emits morphic patterns that resonate with and accelerate the latent fire-type energetic transformation within certain Pokemon. The very act of evolution can be seen as a Pokemon's morphic field expanding, diversifying, and reaching a new level of complexity and power. The physical changes are merely the outward manifestation of this inner energetic restructuring. Mega evolution, a temporary yet dramatic transformation, takes this concept further. It's not a permanent repatterning, but a temporary surge and amplification of a Pokemon's existing morphic field, often triggered by the strong energetic bond with a trainer and a megastone. The megastone acts as a catalyst, harmonizing with the trainer's and Pokemon's combined energetic signatures, allowing the Pokemon to tap into a deeper reservoir of its own morphic potential, revealing a more powerful, often more primal form. This temporary state of heightened energetic coherence allows for abilities far beyond its normal capacity, a testament to the power of focused, morphic influence. Even the humble Pokeball, an iconic symbol of the Pokemon world, might operate on morphic principles. It doesn't simply shrink a Pokemon. It likely encases and stabilizes its morphic field within a compressed, portable energetic container. When a Pokemon is sent out, the Pokeball releases this contained morphic field, allowing the Pokemon to physically remanifest. The distinct jiggle and click of a successful capture could be the sound of the Pokeball's internal mechanisms calibrating to and harmonizing with the newly contained Pokemon's morphic signature. Master Balls, with their perfect capture rate, might possess an extraordinarily sophisticated morphic field projection system capable of instantly and perfectly harmonizing with any Pokemon's energy, regardless of its resistance or power. The concept of friendship or affection in Pokemon, often influencing evolution or the effectiveness of moves, is another clear indicator of morphic resonance. A Pokemon with high friendship doesn't just like its trainer. Its morphic field is deeply harmonized with its trainers. This energetic alignment translates into tangible benefits, such as increased critical hit rates or the ability to endure otherwise debilitating attacks. The Pokemon's morphic field, in sync with its trainers, effectively creates a stronger, more resilient combined energetic presence, allowing it to push past its normal limits. Conversely, a Pokemon with low friendship might have a discordant or resistant morphic field, making it less responsive and less capable of performing at its best. Even the diverse environments of the Pokemon world, from shimmering seas to towering mountains, from dense forests to scorching deserts, possess their own unique ambient morphic fields. These environmental morphic fields influence the types of Pokemon that thrive there, and also subtly shape the morphic development of the Pokemon residing within them. A Pokemon raised in a lush forest will have its morphic field subtly influenced by the vibrant, expansive energies of plant life, while one raised near a volcanic caldera will resonate with the intense, volatile energies of heat and earth. This explains why certain Pokemon are endemic to specific regions, their morphic fields perfectly attuned to the local energetic landscape. When a Pokemon is moved from its natural habitat, its morphic field must adapt to the new environmental energies, a process that can take time and, in some cases, might even influence its behavior or abilities. The legendary Sacred Ash, a mysterious item said to fully restore all fainted Pokemon, could be understood as a substance containing an incredibly potent universal morphic harmonizer. When dispersed, it doesn't just heal physical wounds, it realigns and revitalizes the fractured or depleted morphic fields of fainted Pokemon, restoring their energetic integrity and allowing them to remanifest their physical forms and abilities. Its rarity and power suggest a substance infused with an incredibly pure and restorative morphic signature, capable of mending energetic imbalances on a profound level. Consider the notion of hidden abilities. These are not just rare genetic traits, they could be dormant aspects of a Pokemon's morphic field that are only expressed under specific circumstances or through intensive training. Perhaps a Pokemon's standard ability represents its primary morphic resonance, while a hidden ability represents a secondary, perhaps more subtle or ancient morphic pattern that can be awakened. The unearthing of these abilities might involve a trainer's focused energetic intention guiding the Pokemon's morphic field to unlock these latent potentials. The phenomenon of Pokemon contests and performances also emphasizes the aesthetic and emotional aspects of morphic fields. Pokemon aren't just judged on their physical beauty or raw power, they are judged on their coolness, beauty, cuteness, cleverness, and toughness. These are subjective qualities, yes, but they also reflect the energetic resonance and charisma of a Pokemon's morphic fields. A Pokemon with a beautiful morphic field might naturally exude an aura of grace and elegance, while a tough Pokemon projects a powerful and unyielding energetic presence. The appeals and combinations performed in these contests are not just physical movements, they are energetic displays carefully choreographed to create a specific morphic impact on the audience and judges, evoking particular emotional responses. It's a performance of morphic artistry. Even the simple act of breeding Pokemon takes on a deeper meaning. The offspring inherit not just genetic material, but also a blend of their parents' morphic signatures. Traits like natures, which influence stat growth, and individual values, IVs, representing innate potential, are likely reflections of the inherited morphic blueprint. A Pokemon with a jolly nature, for instance, might have a morphic field that naturally resonates with patterns of speed and agility, while a brave nature might indicate a morphic field attuned to patterns of strength and resilience. The pursuit of perfect IVs is essentially the quest for an optimal, highly coherent morphic blueprint, one that allows the Pokemon to reach its fullest energetic potential. The mystical concept of auras, sometimes seen emanating from powerful or emotionally charged Pokemon, is perhaps the most direct visual manifestation of morphic fields. These visible energy fields are not just aesthetic effects, they are the tangible overflow of a Pokemon's internal morphic state, radiating outwards. An angry Pokemon might project a fiery, aggressive aura, while a calm, serene Pokemon might emit a soft, comforting glow. Certain Pokemon, like Lucario, are explicitly stated to be able to sense these auras, indicating a specialized sensitivity to the morphic fields of other beings. This ability allows them to perceive not just the physical presence, but the emotional and energetic state of those around them, a profound example of morphic perception. As we continue to drift into the quiet depths of slumber, let these thoughts about the morphic tapestry of the Pokemon world gently settle. The understanding that every creature, every interaction, every element is woven into this intricate energetic dance brings a profound sense of interconnectedness. It reminds us that our own energetic presence, our intentions and emotions, contribute to the larger morphic field of our own lives. Embracing this subtle truth can bring a deep sense of peace, a quiet acceptance of the energetic currents that flow through all existence. The Pokemon world, in its deepest philosophical sense, is a mirror reflecting these universal energetic principles, a gentle guide leading us towards a harmonious and restorative rest. May your dreams be filled with the quiet hum of balanced morphic fields, and may you awaken refreshed, attuned to the subtle energies of your own world.